Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Jets Radio. This is one of your hosts, Tyson Roush, and this show, I could only imagine where this is going to head. It's just going to be ridiculous, and rightfully so, deservedly so. Complete chaos. So let me introduce the man of the people, Long Beach Show. What's up, man?
What's going on, Ty? We're going to win 5 in a row. Remember you said
yes,
that? Oh, yeah, we're finishing out. It's time to talk meaningful. Oh, all that talk is gone. Boy, is that talk gone. But you know who is here? Adam Gase. Adam Gase is here, and he's doing work. And you know what? He's going to continue to be doing work in 2020. Thank you, Chris Johnson. I told y'all about Gase. I warned y'all about this dude. And you're seeing exactly who he is yet again. And now he's pissing off one of our star running backs. He's using him incorrectly on a weekly basis. This is going to be a great show, people. I cannot wait to talk to the people. Listen, I am the man of the people. I am here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote our Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook. Search Let's Talk Jets Radio. Like that page. Our content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message us. We'll message you right back. We love going back and forth with everyone about this show. Also, leave some feedback. We love hearing about what you folks think we do here on Let's Talk Jets Radio. So without further ado, Ty, let's go ahead and get into the show, man. I'm fired up.
Yeah, as always, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Talk Jets Radio. We're on YouTube, Let's Talk Jets Radio. And please subscribe on iTunes and Spreaker. We appreciate all the subscriptions. And the more subscriptions we get, the more platforms we can get on. I found out recently that that's how we can get more access to more places if we get subscribers. So I never knew it was like that. Yeah. That's apparently what it is. So if you do listen and you download it, please subscribe. It would help us out a ton. That applies to YouTube as well. So if you watch our videos, please subscribe. We definitely appreciate it. 929-477-2651. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. We have a great fun toy drive to talk about. And other than that, there's really not to talk about. I mean, this is, Joe, you touched on it. You have C.J. Mosley out for the year. You have Jamal Adams hurt. You have Le'Veon Bell is going to most likely be traded. And you have one of the worst coaches we've had in years running the team and probably going to ruin the team and be a part of the team next year. I mean, you cannot ask for a worse situation, and the only person that you worry about more about the team is Sam Darnold. And it's just, dude, we are going to enter very scary times over the next 4 weeks because you know all the leaks, all the holes, all the problems, all the rumors are going to start, and they're going to start right after this Dolphin game. You know They already started now with Le'Veon Bell. It's only going to get worse, a lot worse.
Yeah, but. Yeah, you know, it is. And what's crazy about this whole thing is that coming into this game, I'm just going to talk about the matchup because this is how inept Adam Gase is. You look at this team, they have the worst rushing defense in the league. I talked about this before, and I actually picked the Jets because I didn't think he was dumb enough to do what he did, which was not implement a solid run game and take the Cincinnati Bengals out of the game early. Just put them away, dude. There's no need to play around. There's no need to go back to your pass-happy-ass offense that I talked about when we first hired him, and I continue to talk about all this year about how unbalanced he is offensively, why his offenses don't work, why they historically haven't worked outside of that 1 year with Peyton Manning. This is why I always constantly remind people every single time at every turn that his offenses are bottom-feeding offenses. Because he doesn't understand adjustments, he doesn't understand how to properly game plan, and he doesn't understand how to utilize players on the roster. Okay, so let's go back to this matchup. You look at the Bengals, they're the worst run defense in the league. So what do? You should run at them. Well, he does run at them. You know what he does? He runs straight into one of their strongest defensive linemen in Geno Atkins. Why would you do that? Anyone in the league that watches the Bengals know that, hey, they're pretty much only decent at one thing, and it's that they're strong up front in the middle. But guess what we're weak at, though, Tyson? We're pretty weak up the middle. The problem with our offensive line for the most part this year has been what? Horrible center play. Our guards have been spotty as well at times. Why would you take our weakness and try to implement in the game plan to feed it into the Bengals' strengths? Why would you do that? Why would you feed Le'Veon Bell, which, by the way, you only gave him the ball 10 times. You only had 10 carries. Why would you feed Le'Veon Bell to Geno Atkins? That is idiotic. And then when you see that it's not working, not only do you not stop doing it, you keep doing it. You keep doing what's not working. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you run outside? Why wouldn't you do that? You got Bilal Powell, you got Ty Montgomery. Those guys are burners. Those guys can move. These are guys you can get outside with. Hell, you can get outside with Le'Veon Bell too. Why didn't you do that? He does none of it. None of it at all. I want to also talk about how this guy doesn't understand, doesn't relate to players, and that's one of the things that's going to destroy this team if he stays here in 2020. His relationship with players, how he deals and how he chooses to deal with them within the game plan. Does anybody know that Le'Veon Bell used to play with the Steelers? The Steelers are in the AFC North. You know what's crazy? The Bengals are in the AFC North too. Do you think that Adam Gase went to Le'Veon Bell while making up this game plan and said, hey, I know you used to play with the Steelers. What did you guys do against them, to help you be successful? What kind of concepts and schemes did you guys run that gave them trouble? There's no way in hell he did that. You want to know why? Because there's no way in hell that Le'Veon Bell told him, we just ran in Geno Atkins, because that's not what the Steelers do. This is how idiotic he is. This man is taking Le'Veon Bell, one of the greatest offensive weapons that we've had since Curtis Martin. This guy is, a lot of people consider him a Hall of Famer. He had a Hall of Fame number career before he got here. He's having career lows and everything since he's come here. This guy is in his prime. He is one of the greatest backs in the league today, one of the greatest offensive weapons in the league today, the greatest offensive weapon that we have on this team right now. He's the best running back on this team, and he might be our best wide receiver as well. And he is criminally misusing him, completely rendering him ineffective in the game plan on all phases. This dude is playing empty back. He's not even having him in the backfield half of the time. Le'Veon Bell is good at every single phase of his job. That's why he's one of the top backs in the league. He's a good blocker, so that means he can help offensive line. Nope, we want an empty backfield. He's a good pass catcher. That's why we constantly talked about him being spread out wide, right? Oh, we only going to do that in one game. We were clapping. We were raving, cheering for him because he finally decided to put Le'Veon Bell in the slot in Week 12. He finally figured out that Le'Veon Bell could catch a football in Week 12, so he finally put him in the slot. And then he doesn't run him at all either. He's not giving him much touches or carries. This is against a Bengals team that can't stop the run. You don't even have to be a genius. You could be a complete moronic football fan and just put numbers in front of somebody and say, hey, this is the worst run defensive team in the league. What would you do against them? And any moron that watches football or doesn't watch football would say, I'm going to run the football. That's common sense. But what you're seeing is egotistical nonsense from Adam Gase. Everything that I warned y'all about, the stuff that he was doing in Miami, how petty he is with players, and if he doesn't want you, how he finds a way to kind of exile you from the rest of the team. That's exactly what he's doing to Le'Veon Bell right now. That's why when those reporters asked Le'Veon that question, are you surprised that they were passing the ball so much in this game? He looked at him and said, no, I'm not surprised. This dude is sitting right here knowing that he's not going to be used in the game plan on a weekly basis. This was a guy we raved about getting in the offseason because we had never had that type of offensive talent on our team. And now there are articles coming out left and right foreshadowing the trading of Le'Veon Bell. How dare we? This is a franchise that has had one of the most archaic offensive systems in all of football for years. For years, our offenses were bottom-feeding. We couldn't get the job done. We were behind the rest of the NFL. We didn't have anything until Rex came here with the ground and pound. That was all we could do. We were, please, get something so we can throw the football down the field. We need that elite weapon. Everybody else has it. Why can't we? We finally get that weapon in free agency, mind you, because we can't find it in the draft. And we're finding a way to get his ass out of here after 1 year. After 1 year, we're going to move on from one of the best football players in all of football because an idiotic head coach that has failed everywhere he's been can't figure out how to utilize him. You know what's crazy? When he was on the trade block, what were some of the teams that called about him, Tyson? The Texans, the Chiefs, a couple other teams that were in there. Those teams understand offensive football. Those teams have guys that understand how to utilize offensive weapons, utilize personnel. That's why they called about Le'Veon Bell. Even the damn Steelers called about Le'Veon Bell. Even the Steelers understood his worth, but we don't. Dude, if that ain't same old Jets, I don't know what is. And I don't even use the expression. But that is so Jets-like. Everything that we're doing is so Jets-like. It's unbelievable. This is why we are a garbage-ass franchise. This is why we can't win. This is why we've had struggles for year after year after year. It's because we do idiotic things, and then we stay the course and keep doing them because he's coming back in 2020. We're going to let a man that set off a nuclear bomb in Miami. Mind you, that team is in tank mode and beat our ass this year too. We're going to let that same man that did that to that franchise stay here and do the same thing to us because we have idiotic, incapable, incompetent owners. Same old Jets.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a ton of issues with the play calling, a ton of issues with with Adam Gase. But the other problem I have is that this team came out flat as pancakes, which means there's also problems with the culture. There's also problems with the leadership, and it's team wide. Like it's just like I'm so tired of this organization. Like for the first time in 10, 12 years, like I'm tired of talking Jets. Like I'm so disgusted that I'm tired of seeing the same old Jets with the same old losing, with the same old accepting of losing, the same old justification of losses, and the same old we're going to rebuild. Like the difference between the Jets and the Ravens and the Saints and the Chiefs isn't always talent. It's leadership.
Nope.
It's the refuse to lose mindset. It's when you have players that say, you know what, if you're not going to make a play, I'm going to make a play. If Quentin Williams isn't going to do anything, he hasn't done anything all year, well, I'm going to smack him in the face and make him play harder. We need playmakers and leaders and guys that love the game of football. You need 22 Jamal Adams, who didn't do anything because he was hurt. They misused him too. But like the mindset of the team, and Joe, to be honest with you, this game was over the minute Berrios dropped that football. I'm like, they're all dropping passes. I'm like, they are not focused. They are not awake. They are lifeless zombies. I've seen this before. I knew in the first quarter the game was over. I knew it. I've seen this so many friggin' times, and it starts with ownership. It goes to general manager, doesn't do anything. Like, I don't want to hear about how great Joe Douglas is. He still has to prove himself. It goes to Adam Gase, and then it goes to all these supposed captains. Every freaking player that got credit the last 3 weeks, where were they? Kelvin Beachum was a mess. He was horrendous. Le'Veon Bell dropped the pass. Berrios dropped the pass. Robbie Anderson dropped the pass. They couldn't block. They couldn't tackle. They couldn't cover. Nobody could do anything, and nobody cared. Jamal Adams was lifeless. Okay, I get it. He banged up his ankle. Dude, he was lifeless. They had him dropping back every time he's at the line of scrimmage. He was dropping back 20 freaking yards, sprinting backwards. Why? And nobody, dude, there was not 1 ounce of leadership, accountability. This organization has no accountability, and it's never going to change. Like, I'm numb. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm just fed up because I know it's not going to change. And the longer, knowing he's going to be here next year, it's like, why even talk football? The only thing he's going to do, like you correctly said, your speech was phenomenal, is he's going to alienate dude, we only have a few good players. Yeah. He's going to alienate those few good players. The Jets aren't loaded with talent. We don't have 30 players. No. You piss off 2 and you're fine. You're going to piss off the 3 good players we have, and that's Jamal, Le'Veon, and Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold is so young and so naive, he won't say anything. He's just happy to be alive. It's ridiculous. If you go, and Joe, the thing is this, and
go ahead.
You go. I almost cursed. I did a video today or yesterday, whatever the hell it was, dude. The future is not bright for this organization. Save me we can have $80 million in cap space. Save me the top 10 draft pick. I've heard this nonsense for the last 5 years. When you have decision makers that don't know their ass from their elbow, it's not going to change. Your decision maker is your goddamn owner. He doesn't know anything. He has no idea. And you know what makes it worse is this goddamn clown is going to make up for keeping Adam Gase by making splash moves. The worst thing you want to do when you got to rebuild. So he's going to make some panic move to sell tickets that he can't sell, which makes things even worse. The future is not bright. There is no light in the tunnel. It's the same old Jets, and it's not going to change until Woody Johnson, Chris Johnson, just say, you know what, we're going to hire a goddamn football executive, and we're going to shut the door and say, this is it. This is your baby. Because you know what the problem is, Joe? The Jets were in the same boat in 1995, and what they had to do was they had to make an enormous power move to give out all the power, everything, to Bill Parcells, to completely clean out the stench of this lousy-ass organization. And guess where we are now? We are back on the same boat. And stop telling me that Joe Douglas is our savior, because Adam Gase got that idiot hired. So Adam Gase's fingers are all over this friggin' organization. He's going to run out the players we need. He's going to bring out the players we don't need. And guess what? Next year at this time when he's fired, we're stuck with all these other players we don't want. The future is so bleak. There is nothing to be happy about. It's impossible to support this team. I'm done, dude. Like, I can't even talk about it anymore. Like, you just know, Joe, we're going to go through the next 4 games. They're going to probably win one of them. It's not going to inspire anybody. And you go into this offseason petrified. You're not excited with $80 million in cap space. You are petrified of what this mad scientist coach, who hasn't won nothing in the NFL, nothing at all, what he's going to do to this roster. He's going to get rid of Bell. He's going to probably try to trade Adams. God knows what else he's going to do. He's going to destroy it. This rebuild's going to 5 more years. We are so screwed. It's ridiculous. And it trickles down. The players know it, Joe. They're all going to quit. They quit this past Sunday. This team quit. Todd Bowles style quit.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head about the players that he's going to get rid of. I heard you said a little bit earlier, we need team guys. Well, the team guys that we have here, right? If you look at this team, if you ask any fan who their favorite players are, most of them are either going to say Sam, they're going to say Le'Veon, or they're going to say Jamal Adams, right? So Sam, young quarterback, he literally had to go to Adam Gase's offense for the offense to change. He had to go to his office and say, yo, listen, this is not working. Like, we need to make a change here because this is not what I do well. Here's what I do well. The fact that he had to go to Adam Gase a couple weeks ago into the season to tell him this is what I do well shows you that tells you everything you need to know about Adam Gase as far as the offensive line.
It's deeper than that. This is how bad it is. It's just worse than that. If you're a head coach, this is so hard to curse. I'm beside myself, dude. I really am. Like, you're watching your franchise quarterback, your savior, gets the hell beat out of him. Why not roll him out of the fucking pocket, dude? You're getting broken ribs. He's getting broken ribs. He's got a bad knee. He's walking out of the game. What is he doing here? It's ridiculous.
And that's
Joe,
that's where I'm going.
What's going to happen? The only thing to come out of the next 4 games, he's going to get knocked out for the year with some kind of injury, and then we're screwed even more.
Yeah.
Like this,
he probably is.
And how does Chris Johnson watch this? How do you watch?
Because he doesn't care.
When goes to the press conference, they say, oh, well, the injuries are he's got a banged-up ankle and bruised ribs. Against the Bengals? How does he have that? Yeah. And why is he getting flat-footed in the pocket? Why is nobody rolling him out? What are we watching? And why are we accepting it? Why is it okay?
Tyson.
Why do the New York Jets accept losing and incompetence year after year? Because the owners blow.
No, they do. And family show, man. I understand. Family show, and we'll get to the callers in a second. But
I can't take anymore.
I get it. Family show, though. But that's what I'm saying. But if you look at the other 2 parts, you talk about team guys that have to be here. We're the leaders to step up. They tried to trade those team leaders. They tried to get rid of Le'Veon Bell already. The only thing that was in the way was the numbers in his contract, which is probably the reason he's going to be gone in the offseason anyway. That's why we're hearing.
He should beg to be traded. He should beg to be out of here.
He doesn't have to be. He doesn't.
Wouldn't you, Joe? Seriously, wouldn't you? If you're Le'Veon Bell, wouldn't you ask to be out? I'd ask out.
He does.
I'd ask. I'd beg to trade.
Tyson, you don't have to ask. He's as good as gone. This entire season is a full-blown event to show, hey, I can't wait to get rid of Le'Veon Bell. I'm not even going to use the guy on a weekly basis. I cannot wait to get rid of him. That's what this is all about. It's pumping, literally. This guy's out of here as soon as possible. And then you try to trade Jamal Adams as well, too. And that was a whole brouhaha as well. That blew up, too. So the team guys are gone. Listen, this is what Adam Gase does. This is the first thing that he does when he shows up. Starts getting rid of guys. As a matter of fact, if you look at guys that have been coached by Gase, there's tons of guys that got way better after he was gone. Look at Ryan Tannehill. Lighten it up. Ryan Tannehill lighten it up. After he got away from Adam Gase. Devontae Parker is closing in on, I think, his first 1,000-yard season. He was horrible under Gase. Couldn't wait to get rid of that guy. Could not wait to get away from him.
They almost cut him.
Now Adam Gase
almost cut him.
Yeah, they did. Now look at him. He's over there balling. Had a good week last week. There's other guys. Landry, when he got rid of Landry moved on and did well as well. Jay Ajayi moved on and did well. Damon Williams moved on and did well. Pouncey moved on and did well. All these guys, once they got away from you, they played better. They kept it moving. Adam Gase is the problem. He's the problem, dude. And I'm telling you, like, as long as he stays here, as long as he's in charge of the team, and when I say in charge of the team, I mean that. Because he's been getting way too much power. This dude is doing everything. He got the GM fired. He was making moves, trading guys already.
He got the GM hired.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, too. He got the damn GM hired. This guy is in full control of this place. This is a crazy person running the insane asylum. This is nuts. This is outrageous, but he's been allowed to do this. And I'm telling you, he's going to set off a bomb here. Because you keep doing stuff like this, whether it be this season, like you said, the tail end, you'll start hearing leaks, you'll start seeing players. I wouldn't be surprised if there's already certain players that are ready to go to them in the offseason, just like the players in Miami, and say, trade me. I do not want to be here.
But that's what you got to hope for.
Unless you trade.
Dude, if you're a lifelong Jets fan or diehard Jets fan, you got to hope for an absolute mutiny. You got to hope that these players as a group say, you know what, we're not dealing with this. We're all going to ownership and saying this guy's out of his mind. Like veteran guys, whoever it is. But the problem is, most of the veteran guys that have any kind of voice are all on one-year deals. So they're like, it's like Poole and all, like, Blau, Powell. Anybody wants to speak up, they're gone anyway. So it's like you need guys like C.J. Mosley, Jamal Adams, all these Le'Veon Bell, Sam Darnold, all as a group, 5 or 6 of them, to go to Chris Johnson and say, listen, dude, you got a serious problem. Either he goes or we go. That's the point. The Jet fans, you got to hope for a mutiny over the next 4 weeks. You got to hope for it, dude. I hope for chaos. I'm embracing every rumor.
That's what I'm telling you. Those guys you just named, 2 of them, they're already trying to move. So if Adams goes in there, he will survive Adams. Adams' ass is gone. He'll probably be gone in the offseason, too. They already tried to move him. Le'Veon Bell, he goes in there and says, listen, I know how to play football. Either get me out of here, right, or fire him because I'm not going to be here. What do you think is going to happen? That's why these articles are already coming out. They already tried to move him. They're going to try to move him again in the offseason. All these rumblings that we're hearing about now from beat writers left and right, he's trying to prepare the fan base for what's coming. He's going to survive all of that. This is what I warned y'all about when we first hired this idiot. He will survive that, dude. He walked in the door after destroying another franchise. We watched him for 3 years destroy another franchise and be a garbage-ass head coach and a garbage-ass offensive coordinator. He walked in here and got our GM fired immediately, and he was given all power. That's what happened. He's going to survive that, and he's going to destroy this football team. I am telling you, people, is anyone going to finally listen to me? I've been saying this. Wake up. This guy's a nut job. And I'm telling you, anyone that has a voice, Tyson, anyone that has a voice, this is the same thing that happened in Miami. Anybody that has a voice will be gone. That's why all those players were gone, too.
You got to hope for a mutiny, man. I'm telling you, you got to hope that all these guys, over and over, that's the only way, it's the only way, that said the players, not the coach, not the general manager, the players have to save the organization from itself. They got to save this incompetent owner from himself because he's so clueless and so stupid that he's empowering a buffoon to take care of his franchise. Like, Joe, I'm embracing a full mutiny. Like, if any player wants to feed us quotes, I will fire them out all day long and keep it anonymous. I don't even care. Like, I don't care. I don't want press credentials. I don't want a press pass. I don't even want to go to freaking games. I don't care. I'm tired of watching this. Lifeless bunch of zombies that are going to quit. They're quitting on Adam Gase. This was just the beginning. They're not going to beat Miami. They're not beating the Ravens. They're not beating the Steelers. And the Bills are kicking ass too, because the team knows it's over. And the only heartbeat they had is Jamal Adams, and he's out. Dude, it's done. Like, this is like I usually hate like media nonsense. Dude, I'm embracing full chaos. I want every player to use every anonymous source they have to expose this fraud. I'm tired of it, Joe. Too long watching it. It's never going to change. And you need a complete power change. The same way they do with Bill Parcells. Dude, this is well beyond Joe Douglas, dude. This is well past Joe Douglas.
Tyson.
This is Bill Parcells level stuff.
You know what's crazy about what you're saying? How they should use their anonymous sources. Tyson, they don't need to use anonymous sources because players have already come out. That was the big problem already. You remember Quincy Enunwa coming out publicly, stating things about the team in the media and how he didn't like how Adam. What about Kelechi Osemele coming out, blasting the team, talking about how they handled his situation? What about Luke Falk? He came out, he blasted the team about how they handled his situation. How many players were coming out blasting the team publicly? We've never had that. We've never had stuff like that happening here as consistently as it's been happening this year. They don't need no nameless sources. These dudes are coming out and letting them be known. They know what's up. I'm telling you. Listen, when you get guys, there are guys that have been team. You want to talk about team guys? Le'Veon Bell, Jamal Adams, Sam Darnold, been team guys, especially Adams and Bell, especially because they come out social media-wise and continue to, hey, look, we all right. We're going to turn these things around. Le'Veon Bell was making videos about how we're going to turn this thing around. Jets fans, just trust us. Give us time. Don't quit on us. Keep coming to the game. Support us. We're going to get this thing going. There's no bigger team guy than him. Tyson, he's a goddamn Jets fan. He's a real-life Jets fan. He really grew up going for this team. And look how we're treating him. Look how he's being done. That's what I'm saying. Like, Adam Gase, he sucked the friggin' life out of the whole team. Like, they're going to quit. They're going to give up. They're going to embarrass us even more than we've already been embarrassed. You lost to 2 winless teams, which is okay. It's acceptable because nobody gets held accountable because that's, God forbid that happens in this organization. They're busy trying to sell their friggin' T-shirts and their goddamn Jets reward points. But I'm telling you, I will embrace any player, if they don't want to come out and speak out, if they want to give us quotes, they want to give us sources, anything they want to give to start creating a complete mutiny to get this bozo out of the dude. Gase has to go, man. This is going to be rock bottom to the point where it's going to. We're already barren of talent now. We're already barren of that. You give this guy another year to go through an off season and with his free agency and this draft, that's another 4 years. We are going to be the lasting stock of the NFL. We already are. We're already at that now. And now we're going to be. We're going to solidify. You might as well. You know what the Jets should do? I'll give the Jets some marketing advice. They dying to make money because that's all they're going to be able to try to do now is make same old Jets T-shirts and sell them officially. Just sell the goddamn shirt. That's what you are. That's the only shirt that anybody's going to buy. Same old Jets. 1 Super Bowl in 50 years. Embrace your losing attitude and sell the shirt. Just embrace it. They've embraced it everywhere else, Joe. Market the shirt. Yeah. Sell the goddamn shirt. You know what's crazy about this? And I'm telling you right now is that I know you're saying, hey, look, I hate it. I'm so tired of the same old Jets. A lifeless bunch of zombies embarrassing themselves and getting paid a lot of money to do so. Bunch of frauds. You know what's crazy? You know who's truly going to pay the price for this? It's going to be the fans. Because we're going to have to watch it. I know a lot of people.
My TV's free, man.
People are gonna, that's what I'm saying. But we're going to have to deal with being fans of this inept team for next year. Because all those.
Could you imagine being a PSL holder? Could you imagine being a PSL holder and you got to spend thousands of dollars to buy the rights to actually pay for the expensive tickets? I would go there and be like, I want a refund. Like, you owe me. Like, I'm like, you owe me. I want to return the money investment. You owe me money. I'd sue him. I'd sue him for incompetence. Fraud.
What's gonna speak volumes is how players, like you just said, a lot of these players on 1-year deals, guys they're looking to re-sign and keep here. It's gonna speak volumes that a lot of these guys just walk away in silence.
Goddamn clown show. What a clown show.
And just leave us because they don't want to be here. That's what's gonna start.
I don't want to be here.
A lot of this stuff that was coming out, especially in Miami, those were from guys that had deals that were going to be there for quite a bit of time. Those guys he traded away, they're going to be around. A lot of these guys don't have to be here after this year. So that's why you probably won't hear a lot of mutiny, a lot of guys going off and stuff like that. They'll just walk away and move on with their careers. I'm telling you, like I was saying, you're talking about team guys. There's no bigger team guys than Le'Veon Bell and Jamal Adams, and we already tried to get rid of their asses, and we're going to try to get rid of them again this offseason. Then after team guys go, then what happens? What happens after the rah-rah team guys go? What happens after the energy from Jamal Adams goes? What happens with the positivity from Bell leaves?
No, I can guarantee what's going to happen. What's going to happen is we're going to get rid of all of them. We're going to assign some other clowns, and this time next year they're going to fire Adam Gase and be like, whoops. Mm-hmm. Just like the same whoops they made with Mike McCagnon, letting him spend $100 million and go through the draft. They're going to do the same whoops with Adam Gase. Oh, we shouldn't have let him do all that. No kidding. We're telling you this now. Like, we're dumb enough to know that. How can you not be dumb enough to know that? I can't take it. This is my breaking point, dude. I haven't been this pissed. I can't even take it anymore. I really can't. Like, I'm done.
I'm not even.
I just can't take it.
You know what's crazy? I'm upset because I can't believe that we let this happen. But you know what's crazy is I foreshadowed. I told you guys about this. Because I knew who he was. But more importantly, I knew who we were. I know who we are as a franchise. I knew where we were within the building process. You couldn't bring a guy like this, and I said it, a guy this volatile into our situation. You can't do that. We were still trying to find our way. This was supposed to be the year where we were supposed to kind of turn the leaf a bit, challenge, maybe make the playoffs, or at least be there right in the cusp. Trying to, build. We were at the apex of our rebuild, and now we're going to take that next step. And he came in here and ruined all of that. Now we're talking about getting rid of players. No, yeah. We're talking about getting rid of players. Let's talk about getting rid of players that were really supposed to help Sam and move forward within the building process. Now we're talking about getting rid of those guys because he can't utilize them. he can't utilize them, the best football players in the NFL. He can't utilize it. I'll tell you what's going to happen. They're going to probably trade Bell this. Hold on. They're going to probably trade Bell this offseason. He's going to go somewhere else next year and have a blast of a year. And we're going to look like idiots with egg on our face.
He deserves it. I'll be rooting for him. He deserves it. He deserves so much better than what he received from this lousy-ass organization. But what we're going to do, Joe, is we're going to change the topic a little bit because I know our guest is probably on the line and be like, oh, my God, what the hell did I just join? So, obviously, Christmas season is here, and there's a really, really cool thing going on at Jersey City. The last couple of years, we've been trying to help them out, raise awareness, and this is really awesome. It's the Jersey City Fire Department, the Captain Mark D. Lee Sr. Christmas Fund Drive, which is really, really cool thing. So we're going to bring on Mark Lee. Mark, what's up, man?
What's going on, Tyson? How you feeling over there, buddy?
I guess you heard my meltdown, man. I'm sorry. I can't take it anymore, dude.
Listen, I'm with you, pal. I'm with you.
So, Mark, before we talk about the fund drive and the Jets, stuff like that, dude, Frankie Edgar back in the octagon this January. How cool is that, man? Like, it's so cool that he's still fighting at such a high level. I know you're very close with him. How excited are you for him, man?
I'm very excited for him. His first time down at 135 here. Tough opponent right off the bat. Sanhagen, I think he's ranked, top 10 somewhere around there. It's funny though, right? Because Dana White always says, "Hey, listen, Frankie Edgar always fighting a bigger guy. He goes down to 135. Who does he get? He gets the biggest guy in the division."
Yeah, he's a pit bull though, man. He's a motivating dude, man. Like you train with him, I watch him train. It's phenomenal. It's just like, as an athlete, man, it's just like, can you just go into what kind of athlete he is, dude? Because it's just like, he's such a driving force. He motivates so many people, man.
He does, and not only what he does for the MMA community, but what he does for his own community. I don't know if you saw the pictures out there. He's handing out the turkeys for Thanksgiving. He's doing a lot of different things now on the side. He's got his own podcast going, the Champ and the Tramp with the guy Roger from the Jersey Shore show. So, a lot of different things going on. And, 38 years old, still in the game, high level, like you said, which is great to see.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, man. He's an inspiration to many people. Like you say, he does a lot in the community. He's always doing something for somebody, which is really cool. So now, a little transition here to the Christmas Fund Drive, man. Can you give us a little background on this? Because this is phenomenal what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. My father started it back in 1985 with just some local kids in the neighborhood, a handful of families, and it just grew from there. And, just out of the kindness of his own heart. And 2014, the year that he passed away, he took care of and gave Christmas to around 2,500 kids. And me and my mom took it over from there. And last year, we did just a little under 7,000 kids for giving them Christmas, all around Jersey City. And we actually started branching out a little bit to some of the burn units, hospitals, St. Barnabas, and stuff like that as well.
Mark, it's Joe, man. I want to welcome you to the show. And, again, I want to thank you for everything that you're doing with this toy drive. You guys are really impacting the community. But I want you to kind of tell the listeners and speak on how important it is to the children in the community with this toy drive going.
Yeah, you come around the holidays and you guys are hanging out with your families. We just had Thanksgiving here, and it's always good to get together with your families and stuff. And there's young kids out here that don't have that, man. Christmas is always a cheerful holiday. Santa Claus, Rudolph, the whole nine, and everything. And you have these shelters and some of these community centers and stuff where these kids don't have parents. They don't get toys for Christmas. It's just another day for them. So, just to do something like this, and I'm in a position to do so, just to give back a little bit is tremendous. To see these kids' faces coming in with different toys, bikes, to give them a Christmas, I'm telling you, it's something else.
Now, Mark, is there a specific type of toy or game or anything that you're looking to have donated?
So we take anything from, infancy to 13, 14 years old. We give the older kids gift cards and stuff like that. But any little bit helps. It could be building blocks, little toy cars, GI Joes, Barbie dolls for the stuff like that. And I know a big hit, for the kids, for the girls, was Frozen this past year, and especially Marvel for the guys. Those were always big hits for them, but any little bit helps, I'm telling you guys, any little bit.
Mark, how can our listeners get involved with the drive and donate, whether it be money, toys, or even their time?
Yeah, so, if anybody wants to send in any type of monetary donation, they can send it to 465 Marin Boulevard in Jersey City, 07302. That's our fire headquarters. They do a great job getting all that stuff to us, so we're able to get out there and buy some toys for these kids. Or you could just stop at any local firehouse. If you're just passing through Jersey City or you're close to the area, stop in Jersey City, go to one of the firehouses, say, hey, listen, this is for the Christmas drive. Everybody, all the fire department, a lot of the people in the community help out with this. And we do our, even if you want to stop by December 7th from 10 to 4 p.m. over at St. Joe's in the basement over on Pavonia Avenue. If you guys want to see what we do, we have a big wrapping party. I just got done for the past 3 days shopping. Over 3,500 toys we bought. We're gonna wrap on Saturday. It's gonna be a great day. But yeah, anybody wants to come by, more than welcome. If you're in the area with a toy, you want to purchase a toy, you can drop it off in one of the firehouses, or any monetary donation, like I said, you could send it to the address that I just gave.
Awesome, Mark, definitely. This is such an awesome thing. We'll do our best to spread the word everywhere we can on social media and everything else. And before we let you go, man, I know you're a big Jets fan like us. Please tell me you think Adam Gase, Adam Gase has to get the hell out of here, right? Like, this is just insane at this point.
He's got to go. Guy's got to go. He's got to go in the opposite direction that his eyes go when he gets nervous. He just got to get the hell out of here. This guy, he gave Le'Veon Bell 10 carries. 10 carries. The game wasn't out of hand at halftime either. I think, 17-6 at halftime? I don't know how many carries he had that first half. But a man of that talent, you pay him all that money, let the kid run the ball. I think Sam Darnold threw around 50-something passes. Guys were dropping the ball all over the place. It was just a tough game to watch all around. Tough game to watch.
Yeah. What are your thoughts
Joe,
about
you bring up a great point, Joe. You brought up a great point. You said how these guys are on social media talking about how stick with us. You know,
Oh yeah.
It's great. It's great to see. It's great to see the team stick together, but it's very frustrating to watch that not translate on Sundays.
Exactly.
And that's due to the coaching. And that's due to the coaching staff. That's due to the coaching staff.
Yeah, man, I'm really worried about this team and the state and how bad it could get here, because if we fully implode, oh man, it's going to really cause more of an issue. But I want to get your thoughts on the injury to Jamal Adams, man. What are your thoughts about him possibly missing time?
Yeah, you hate to see our leader on the defensive side of the ball go down like that. We got some big games coming up here. But you know what? With the way this season's going, I'd rather see him get healthy and come back 100% than stay out there, linger some injury, and have that linger on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially we saw that with C.J. Mosley. They brought Mosley back too fast, and he got freaking hurt even worse. So it's like, get the kid healthy. Yeah, it's just this team's a clown show, man. I'm so fed up with him.
Who's the other guy? He had the torn labrum, and he was putting out the doctor reports. And these guys, they find them. Yeah, unbelievable. The front office, these guys got to be ashamed of themselves. Letting these guys go through this here.
So, Mark, one more time before we let you go, man. Give out the best way for everybody to get involved with this phenomenal toy drive.
Yeah, so like I said, any monetary donation you can send to 465 Marin Boulevard in Jersey City, 07302. That's our fire headquarters. If you are passing through the area and happen to, stop by, pick up a toy, you could drop it off at any firehouse. If you guys are in the area on Saturday from 10 to 4 o'clock, we'll be at St. Joe's on Pavonia Avenue for our annual wrapping party. And then from there on out, over the course of this month, all the way up until Christmas, even after, I'll be running around. Ask for me, Mark Lee from the Jersey City Fire Department. You guys are more than welcome to tag along and kind of see what we do here. Boys and Girls Club, they have their party on the 18th. And that's a tremendous day, having those kids run around. We bring in Santa Claus, the whole nine. So any little bit helps out there, and we greatly appreciate it. We really do.
Mark, well, first of all, thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for everything you're doing with this, man. We're going to do our best to support you, and this is really great. We appreciate it.
Joe, Tyson, thank you guys very much. Tyson, try not to blow a gasket over there, buddy.
I'll see you at the gym, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Hey, hit that heavy bag, pal. Hit that heavy bag.
I'm trying, man. Have a good night.
Right. You too. See you guys later.
Yes, sir. So, okay, that was Mark Lee, Joe. No, obviously this is a phenomenal thing, and we actually helped them a couple times last year, and you see, like you said, you see the look on the kids' faces, and if you follow them on Instagram or Twitter or anything else, he actually posts all his pictures. He actually, this is no, some organizations, they take a lot of money. You don't really see where it goes. They actually show you pictures of all the toys. You see everything, man. They're very transparent. They're very active in the community. So, like you said, if you can drop off toys, I work probably 20 minutes for those guys. I'll probably drop some stuff off and then donate money. But this is a really, really, you can see the instant results of your gifts.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to thank Mark for coming on and not just, dropping everything he did about the toy drive and all, the great things they're doing in the community, but also talking to us about the team as well, because he's a big Jets fan just like us. But listen, this is really something that lights up a kid's Christmas, because there's a lot of kids out there, that don't have that don't have families, or even if they do, they just don't have the means to give these kids any toys for Christmas. And, what a bigger gift than to give a kid something and really give them a smile for a day, have them feeling good, and going out there and playing with the rest of the kids and just enjoying themselves. So anyone, I'm telling you, get involved any way that you can with this Mark V. Lee toy drive, because like Tyson said as well, they really, you see the immediate impact because they're giving their toys straight to the kids. So head to any Jersey City Fire Department and go ahead and give them a toy if you can. Also, money, donate your time if you can as well. Those are all things that really help.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll go to the phone lines. They're super, super busy, and I apologize for cursing. I'm getting reminded by 8,000 people on Twitter, but like, oh, you cursed, and you hang up on yourself. And so I blame Adam Gase. I blame Woody Johnson and Chris Johnson, but obviously we can't do that. I have to edit myself out now, which is a major pain in the ass, but whatever.
Well, listen. It happens, but family show, so listen, if you folks are calling in, we want to hear from you. Our number is 929-477-2651. Again, 929-477-2651. Call in. We want to hear from all the fans. We want to hear from everybody. We want to hear your perspectives. We love talking to people, so call in. And again, no cursing. You curse, you got to go. I'll get you out of here as soon as possible. Please do not curse. We want to hear from you. We understand the frustrations, though.
We only do that on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, on YouTube. Now, on YouTube, there's nothing we can do. I'm still trying to get the cavalry. I'm trying to get some backup to get in there. We're trying to get warrants to get into the joint, but I can't get into the house just yet, all right? But Tyson is in there. He's running wild, okay? But listen,
free-for-all over there.
On this platform, we got, a lot of stuff going on. You cannot be cursing here, so please do not curse if you call in.
Yes, once again, I want to thank Mark Lee. Like I said, he actually shared a really cool story about Frankie Edgar. And that's the one thing about him, and just a real quick thing on that is they did a phenomenal job getting out so many turkeys, along with like E Clean Bro and Mike the Situation, all these guys. And it's unfortunate in this day and age, man, where a lot of these professional athletes, even guys in the Jets, they do a lot of things in the communities. Like Ty Montgomery does a lot in the community, and it never gets noticed. Yeah. It's so strange, man, where it's like, negativity. Somebody could write, this guy got fined for spraining his ankle, and that makes headlines. Meanwhile, like Ty Montgomery's trying to raise money for underprivileged kids, and nobody talks about it. It's just so crazy the kind of world we live in now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look at the article that came about Sam Darnold just going out and being an adult, and he was bashed for that. You know what I mean? But like you said, there's a lot of people doing a lot of great things in the community. Ty Montgomery, hats off to him. He's doing a lot of great stuff, and like you said, Frankie's doing great stuff. Too. Yeah, he does. So salute to him.
But he can got turkeys.
But I was about to say he is a turkey. Anyway, it's like, but that's why we're here on this platform as well, is to also share light to that too. So that's what we like to do here on there as well. And that's why we also work with the people that we work with, so we can continue to help and better our community as well.
Yes, if you can donate, time, money, energy, anything to this Christmas fund drive, we definitely appreciate it. And now we will go to the very, very, very busy phone lines. We will start off with Mr. NYSF Magazine. Jay, what's up, man?
Okay, before I get into it, I just want to give you guys a shout-out and, that whole Jersey City Toy Drive a shout-out. We did a really cool event with them last year with Elijah McGuire over at Annabella's. I got a chance to sit down and talk to him. Man, it's so inspiring, honestly, when you hear stories about people, it's amazing what people can do, when you put your mind to it. And to be able to give a Christmas to 7,000 kids, man, dude, that's what it's all about. I know football, we get passionate and we get fired up about, all the craziness and the terrible team that we root for. But at the end of the day, man, it's, that is what life is all about. And man, that guy's such a better human being than me, man, to be able to put that kind of stuff together. I tip my hat to him big time, and anybody, around this country and the world, really, who does anything like that. It's incredible. So I want to thank you guys for giving that guy a platform and the time. It's awesome that you do that every year.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, thank you. This is what we do. We're all about positively impacting our community. That's what we're about. So, we'll continue to do that. But man, I want to talk some Jets with you, because this is crazy. I want to get your thoughts on the job that Adam Gase did against the Bengals, man.
Whew. Well, your rant that you went on at the start of the show, Joe, was where it's at, man. I mean, dude, let me tell you, Tyson, I don't know if you knew this, but Joe and I have been having our secret little conversations after the game. I can't think of anybody else on this planet to call who's going to understand where I'm coming from more than Joe. So I called Joe. And Joe was busy when I called him. I panicked. I was like, oh, my God, who am I going to talk to about this? And then I got the text. He said, don't worry, Jay, don't worry. I'm going to call you back. I said, all right, cool. A couple minutes later, I got the call back, and Joe talked to me just like he talked to me on the phone. He said, I'm going to let you get your time, Jay. Go ahead and talk. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I told Joe. Dude, look, you go on a little winning streak, and, you know, you beat some real crap teams, and then you beat the Raiders, and it hides a lot of things because you're happy as a fan that, you know, that the team's finally starting to win a couple games. You're starting to get positive. But just like I said last week, and just like I've been telling people, slow down, because 3-game sample is a small sample size. Anyone can put a little run together. You know, just like you go to the blackjack table in Atlantic City, you can win 10 hands in a row. But at the end of the night, you know, the deck is stacked against you. You're not going to, the longer you sit there, the more the odds are going to play out that you're going to lose that money back. And that's what this guy is. He's a bum. He's a terrible, terrible, terrible head coach who literally, you could pick anybody, as far as I'm concerned, off a Pop Warner field, would have been able to come up with a better game plan than what we rolled into Cincinnati with. And these guys were cocky all week. And all these Gase supporters, they all disappeared now. They were cocky all week. Oh, you're a clown. You flew a plane. How do you feel now? Donate the rest of the money. And I said, no. I'm going to hold on to that money because we still have some games against Cincinnati and Miami coming up. And reality always pokes its head out eventually, you know. And this guy is a trash bag. He is going, like, that's why I'm so passionate about flying these planes and doing this crap. I don't enjoy it. It's my team, and I love them. You know, just like you have a kid who goes out there and does something bad, and you got to ground him, or you don't feel good about it. But you got to do what you got to do. There's this thing called accountability that they will not show. So as a fan, I don't know what else to do, man, because this team, just like Tyson said, just like I've been saying all season, the longer this guy stays around, you can take a crap on your tickets for 3 years for each extra year that he's around. So you get rid of him this year, right? There's going to be a mess to clean up, but it's not going to be nearly as big a mess as if you bring him back for next year. And you want to talk about continuity for saving Sam Darnold? You want to save Sam Darnold by sticking him in another year with this jokester? Dude, I don't know what else to say. But I'm going to tell you what, there's some extra money sitting around. There's going to be some more messages coming out this week, so get ready for that.
You know, Jay, the most disappointing thing out of all this is the coaching was inept, but dude, they were lifeless. You could just see there was nothing on that sideline, whether it was the coaches, the players. They, as an organization, mailed it in. Like, there was just, it's remarkable. And what's even worse is after the game, nobody would admit it. Like, when you see other teams that they'll openly admit it. Yeah, we came out flat. Yeah, we didn't play well. Yeah, dude, the Jets, none of them will admit it. Sam comes out saying, no, we weren't flat. We had plenty of energy. Nobody will even take accountability for playing like garbage. Like, somebody just say you suck and we need better leadership. We need a better mindset. They won't even say that. It's like Adam Gase has them all programmed like robots. We are fine. We made no mistakes. And they're getting blown out by bad teams. It's insane.
Dude, we have the worst possible situation on our hands. Our GM, our head coach, and our quarterback are all aligned with the same agent. So you're going to get the same talking points coming out of all three because we've stupidly figured out a way to be held hostage. Sam Darnold will never say anything bad about Adam Gase. His agent would never allow that. And who's going to say something bad about their head coach while he's still on the team? People are like, oh, Sam Darnold loves him. How do you know that? Sam Darnold might be just saying anything that he needs to say in order to, be a team player. This is the coach who's on his team. Listen, as I keep trying to say on my social media, anything that you read in the media going forward, from this point going forward, any single thing you read from any beat reporter, any single thing that you hear, any quote you hear from any player, it's PR. You can't take it at its face. It's nonsense. You're reading propaganda because either they're getting it from the player's agent or the player anonymously at this point going forward because they want to speak out but they don't want to put their name to it, or you're getting it from Jets management. But whatever you're getting, there's an agenda behind it, okay? The fans are going to speak their minds, but when anything you read from the media, They're talking about Le'Veon Bell getting traded. Dude, I can guarantee you the team's floating it out there to see what the fan reaction is going to be. And I'm going to tell you something. Just like Joe said, you trade Le'Veon Bell, you might as well just fold your damn team up, and you keep Adam Gase. You have a weapon, a guy in the prime of his career who's a Hall of Famer. It's not a question that he's a Hall of Famer. You put his numbers up against Hall of Famers at that point in their career, he's a Hall of Famer, okay? And you have him on your team. He is the most potent offensive weapon we may have ever had in the history of this franchise. And this joking clown cannot figure out a way to get the ball in his hands. And what happened? Last week, the first play of the game, they throw a ball, they put him out there, they throw it past him, makes a one-handed catch the first, play of the game. We throwing the ball, Le'Veon, on Sunday? We trying to figure out ways to get Sam Darnold out of trouble? No. We're running the ball to the outside where the Bengals are the worst team in football? No. We're trying to run up the middle for a couple plays. Dude, you can't make it up. You literally cannot make it up. It's as if he was tanking. Like he was literally devising a game plan, intentionally trying to lose. That's how it looked. It's just crazy. And then, of course, the team doesn't respond. Drop passes, holding penalties, all the garbage. But, dude, at the end of the day, whose job is it to get the most out of these guys? Whose job is it to hold these players accountable? If you have one game where the guys are having all these penalties and everything, then, yeah, you put it on the player. If you're doing that over the course of an entire season, you got a problem. Good teams don't do that. Well-coached teams don't do that.
But it also shows they don't believe in their coach, too. Because, at some point, you watch all these top-level coaches, whether it's John Harbaugh and all these guys, they'll be on the sideline, and they know that when he makes a speech on the sideline, or Belichick, or whoever it is, Sean Payton, when he goes on the sideline, it's like, this guy's won before. He knows, I believe in what he's telling me. I believe in his vision. Let's rally the troops. Adam Gase isn't inspiring nobody, dude. He can't rally anybody. And that's what you saw. In this game, you're saying, listen, when this team faces adversity from top to bottom, they melt. There is no fight. They get mailed in. Nope. Because they don't believe in the program, and they don't believe in Adam Gase. Period.
That they came out after halftime, and after playing one of the worst goddamn teams I've ever seen in my life, okay? People are like, this team was dangerous. Andy Dalton was coming back. Are you freaking kidding me? Dude, there wasn't one other team in the NFL that thought this team was dangerous. They played 11 games. They lost 11 games. Spare me that this team was dangerous and due for a win crap. They were only due for a win because they were playing a bunch of buffoons that were coached by a clown. Okay, but then they go in at halftime, right? You figure, okay, you're down 17-6. Let's see how they respond after the half, because you got guys in that locker room with pride. Le'Veon Bell, Jamal Adams, you got, and you say, listen, guys, we're getting our butts kicked 17-6 to a team. Are we really about to give another team their first win? Like, another team's going to dump Gatorade on their coach in front of us for getting to 1-11 against us? Like, we're going to be laughed in front. There's no home field. There's 12,000 fans in this entire stadium, 10,000 of which are rooting for the Jets, okay? And we're going to go out there after halftime and allow this to continue, and what do? They come out, and what do they get in the third quarter? 6 yards of offense? Dude, this team quit. They quit, and they suck. And, yeah, they won a couple games, okay? So they beat the Giants and the Redskins. Congratulations on those clowns. And then they went out and they beat a West Coast team that traveled to the East Coast, played a 1 o'clock game that typically never bodes well for a West Coast team, and the Raiders didn't even get off the bus, and the Jets walloped them. And that's awesome, and I was happy about that. But, dude, we went right back to reality this week, which is why I was never buying into any 5-game winning streak. I was never buying into and I'm not trying to call out Manish because I feel like he's the only one over there doing a good job, but Manish, when he was talking, when he said, I'm going to bet anybody that we're going to win, that the Jets are going to win these next 4 games or whatever, and, I'll put a bet. I said, let's bet, because there's no chance they're going in to Cincinnati, and they're going to be traveling in the road, and they're going to win every single one of those games. Not with Adam Gase.
Yep.
It's not happening.
And Jay, man, you are on fire. And again, I want to thank you for calling in, but I want to get your thoughts on this because you touched on so much stuff. Just the lack of movement in the second half, the fact that we had no red zone possessions, is just unbelievable. But how concerned are you about the locker room? Because going forward, there's teams coming up that really are going to just absolutely lay into us. And I'm concerned that you're going to have guys in there just absolutely going crazy because, again, we got Adam Gase to deal with.
Okay. I'm going to watch what I say here because I am going to, I have to. No, I'm not going to curse. I'm not saying that. I'm going to toe the line. I'm going to toe the line here because, you guys are aware that I am friendly with some of the people inside of the locker room, right? So I do have conversations from time to time with some of them. I'm not going to say who. It's not my place to say. But I can promise you that, that this locker room is not unified and on board with Adam Gase, okay? I can promise you that. So am I concerned? No. I'm not concerned. It's happening. There will be people coming out talking about Adam Gase. I can almost guarantee you that unless, for whatever reason, like you guys said, there are guys that want to hang around or whatever for whatever reason, but guys that are on their way out and guys who have there been rumblings about and stuff like that, dude, it's going to happen. Just every Jet fan, prepare yourself for it. It's coming. This team, you don't get to your point in your professional career when you're an NFL player being that talented of an athlete. These guys went through high school, most of them on dominating in high school, college obviously dominating in college. They're the cream of the crop, the top of it. Even the worst player in the Jets locker room was a stud in high school and college. Okay, these are guys that have won their whole lives. Come into this locker room and be a part of this, dude. These guys have pride, and they're being failed by ownership. They're being failed by management. They're certainly being failed by their coaching staff, and it just it's coming. It's coming. I mean, it's already started. I mean, you guys saw what was going on already. Every single person who's gone onto IR who has left the team for whatever reason, cut, whatever, they don't go out quietly, like most professionals do. They're so disgusted with what's going on down there. There's got a couple guys suing the team. When do you ever see that? It's banana land over there, man. And like you said, Ty, the sad part is, and Joe said it too, the sad part is, who suffers from this? Not the Johnsons. They're still cashing $100, $200, $500 million checks every year, okay? It's not them suffering. It's not that the players suffering. They can go somewhere else and play somewhere else next year and thrive. It's not certainly not Adam Gase who's going to suffer. Even if he got canned tomorrow, is still getting paid every penny of his 4-year contract. Who suffers? The fans, the PSL holders, the people who have to keep sending goddamn payments to this team to support this every year because they locked us into a contract. And then everyone's like, oh, you're too negative. You're too negative. You know what? Find me a PSL holder that says that to me, okay? Because you won't see too many of that. You're going to get a bunch of people who sit around watching the games on TV and think that they have the right to tell me how to feel as a season ticket holder. This is a disgrace. It's a waste of money, and it's insulting at that point. So that's why I do crazy stuff, man. I'm so fed up. I love this team so much, but I'm so fed up just like you, Ty. I'm coming up to the game on Sunday. I'm going to be in town distributing this issue of the magazine. By the way, I stuck Gase in his clown makeup on the cover again. I was going to not do it, but he kind of forced that hand. So check out that cover. You guys will like that. But I'm going to be up from Wednesday to Sunday. I have a ticket, a club seat to the game, and you know what I'm doing? I'm going to go tailgate with my boys, and then when they go into the game or whatever they're going to do, I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to leave. I have no interest in watching this crap. Tickets already paid for. I understand Johnson already have my money. It's my personal protest. I'm not telling anybody else what to do with their ticket or their money, but I won't support it. I can't. There's no hope. With Adam Gase, there's no hope and there's no future. So that's where I'm at. And I don't even know if I'm going to go to games next year, man, to be honest. I mean, if Gase is back, I'm living in Florida. I'll probably just watch games at a bar. I'm going to continue to watch, but I just can't do it. May go to a road game or two or something, so I feel like I'm not at least not supporting the Johnsons, but I'm not stepping foot in MetLife Stadium until Gase is gone. I've already said it before. Even when they were on their winning streak, I was joking around with Kevin and them. I was like, look, I already said I'm not going to go, so even if they're on a 4-game winning streak, I don't think I'll have to go in a disguise or something with as much as I've been busy. I'm not going to do it. But I'm not going to that stadium. It's not.
Jay,
that's where I'm at.
Good stuff as always, man. Happy late Thanksgiving.
You guys too, man. Ty, am I going to see you in the lot or no? You're not going up to that.
I don't know. I mean, I got offered free tickets. So I'm like, is it worth the gas?
Listen, come tailgate. I'd love to see you. Come tailgate, and you and I go watch the game at the FanDuel Sportsbook, and we'll eat some wings and laugh about how everyone's freezing their asses off inside of MetLife. How about that?
I'll talk to you later, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, man.
Joe, we got a lot of people hold, so we're going to go to our good friend Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq, what's up, man?
I don't want to talk about this stupid ass team. Can we keep talking about the toy drive? Can we please keep talking about that, please? Or how you guys
The Christmas fund drive, man. They do some really cool things, man. Like I said, they have pictures. They have pictures from last year where they're giving out bikes and toys to the kids, and the look on the kids' faces, man, is just like it melts your heart, man. It's super, super cool.
Yeah, man. I got toys for days, man. My kids are spoiled, man. They don't even deserve the damn toys. So I think I'm gonna do that. They don't even know the toys is gone. Just like we need to get rid of the whole Jets organization and throw it somewhere. The NFL won't even know that we're gone. They won't know that we're gone. So sick of this team. I sat there and said to myself, when I was watching the game Sunday, I said, see, I knew it. I shouldn't have followed Tyson. I shouldn't have followed him. I knew it.
You followed Tyson right off
PlayStation controller. I almost broke my PlayStation 4 controller because I had the game I had the football game on my system. And I said, I knew it. And I just tossed the controller. I just tossed it into the couch. I didn't care where it landed. You know, I just was sick of it because I knew it. I'm like, O-line our O-line can't block a brick. It's like our
you knew it could drop passes,
terrible.
Man. But dude, even the drop passes, like you knew that drive when they settled for a field goal. I'm like, we're screwed. I'm like that drop Barrios pass. I'm like, I've seen this so many times before. Like when you have to, it was just like I knew it. You knew it then. It was like this game's over. We're not coming back. It's gonna be one of these days we're gonna be disgusted. You knew it in the first 10 minutes of the game.
I knew when the game started. But I was following Tyson. I said, let Tyson influence me. And you know why I followed you, Tyson? Because I said, I know Tyson, he dropped all the spices on the Jets. Whatever he say is all authentic. And we were so bad, we thought you was trolling. But you were honestly serious. You said 5 in a row. 5 in a row, Tyson?
He did.
5 in a row, Tyson? And you got me.
But now, what I didn't clarify though is it's gonna be 5 in a row losses.
Oh my God!
They're gonna lose the rest of the season.
Shaq.
I can't believe the rest of the troll.
This is why you never trust the troll. And I want to thank you for calling in, Shaq. This is the lesson. This is a lesson you must learn. Never trust the troll.
You know what I'm gonna do, Joe?
You know what I'm gonna do? Right off.
I'm gonna make peace. I'll get you a nice Le'Veon Bell jersey. I'll buy it to you. I'll buy it for you in the office.
Real cheap. You gonna get them when they real cheap, after you gone and they discount them like they do to everybody else. You see what I'm saying? You see how you doing you now? Yeah, you see how you doing now? That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all, listen, I am the man of the people. You know what I'm saying? Look how Tyson treats y'all. He done got you in. He wrapped his arm around you. Oh yeah, friend, and then boom, throw you right in front of that bus.
So you left me in the plane with no pilot, right?
I'm saying that's
you left me in the plane with no pilot.
Hey, listen, he good to go.
You jumped off with the parachute.
The aftermath.
So now I don't got no parachute. I do not have a parachute. Thank you, Tyson. Appreciate it.
Overrated.
Nothing. Listen, but Shaq, I want to talk about this team. We'll get on Tyson throughout this show, but I want to get your thoughts on the frustration that you're seeing in Le'Veon Bell. After the game, he did talking to the media, did a little interview. You could see the frustration on his face. What are your thoughts about the way that he's being used and just what we're seeing out of him?
He's just used to it. I think he's used to it. I don't know. We trade Le'Veon, man, before Adam, man. I'm paying you guys. We're going to go on a riot. We're going up to those offices. One of us is going to prison. But it's going to be good for good cause, though. because then we might win without them. We might win. We might get a addition from subtraction. That sounds good. Let me stop joking because I'm really pissed. I'm really pissed.
You just hope. You gotta hope. Like I think it's a done deal where Le'Veon's going to be gone, but you almost hope at some point, like he gets access to Chris Johnson, tells him, "Listen, you could trade me, but here's the problems you have." Like I'm actively rooting for a team mutiny. I want complete chaos. I want players pissed off, spouting off, just chaos. That's the only way the only way to save this team. That's the only way. There's nothing else we can do. Because other than that, we're going to watch player by player walk out the door, and we'll be like, where are we now? We are so screwed.
Oh, man, that's the problem, Tyson. I don't want that because I feel like we're going to lose good players, man. We got great players on this team. Well, the top 4, top 3, great players on this team. I don't want to see them leave, to be honest, because that's really what we're hanging off of. We're hanging off of Jamal Adams and Le'Veon Bell's coattails. Sam, we don't know yet, but we love Sam, and we know Sam is going. He got potential. He got a high ceiling.
What are your thoughts on Quinnen Williams?
Who?
Oh, it's terrible.
Leonard Williams?
He's it's Leonard Williams Jr. It's like we didn't trade him.
Let me not joke like that. Let me not joke like that. I you know something? He's been a complete air can, but I think I still believe in him. I'm gonna give him one more shot. I still believe in him.
Hopefully it's with steroids, man, because he needs something to get to change the game. My God.
Something.
Terrible.
It has to be something. I feel like his work ethic is not really that good. That's why I don't show on the field. He's still a young kid, goofy kid. A likable guy off the field, but when he's on the field, it's like he shows us nothing, literally nothing.
Well,
you got these undrafted guys playing harder than the first round guys, and you got anything for me, man? You got anything?
Yeah, man. Man? Listen, I'm going to talk to you. I understand people's frustration with Quinnen Williams. I get it. I understand that we all expected an immediate impact, and because that's what we had to have. The last draft.
Immediate impact, just an impact. Make a goddamn tackle behind the line of scrimmage. That asking too much games. Just make a play. One play.
If we make a tackle for loss, we would love it. Give us 4 or 5 a game.
Out.
We don't even want the sacks. I don't really care for the sacks. Give us the tackles for losses. Just give us those.
Look, and I hear you. But maybe we'll see that next year because we ain't seeing it this year. That's all I'm saying. I'm so fed up. Like that's all I'm saying. Like maybe we'll see it next year. I don't. It is. He's a top 3 pick. He should definitely be producing more. This guy should be creating havoc, like we heard about. But we ain't seeing it. So his lack of players being covered up because other guys are stepping up. Other guys are stepping up though. So you're getting production out of other guys, but there's other places where there's just completely void of talent there, man. Like, what are your thoughts about how this O-line just can't seem to protect Sam whatsoever? I mean, free guys coming around just blasting this dude.
I was saying during the game, Adam Gase is not off the hook with me. I'm going to get on him. I'm getting on him. But this we're missing so many. We're missing good pieces in most important parts of on our team, like consistent pass rush, and good O-line. Our O-line is horrid. It's terrible. And what's crazy, believe it or not, fellas, we got to keep at least one of them.
Yep.
Do you guys know that? Because we got so many holes everywhere else. It's like we have to keep one of them. One of them. That's the harsh reality. That's the harsh reality, Joe.
What is the harsh
think
reality?
About it.
These guys on the line is ass. Get rid of all of them. We can completely rebuild. Yes, we can. No, you can't. You cannot keep any of these guys. We need to move on from Beachum. I don't give a damn. Look, even the guy like Lewis and whoever the hell the other guy. Look, those guys are backup guys. Shell's a backup. He's not a starter. Maybe terrible. You can keep those guys around for depth.
Shell is terrible.
Maybe for depth.
Shell is horrendous.
Yeah, maybe for depth. And Compton, that's what I meant. Compton. Maybe you can keep those guys around for depth. But if you're talking about bringing some of those guys back that were starters, or keeping no, get them out of here.
Joe, because we have to
get them out of here.
Because we got to spread our money. We got to spread our money and then our draft picks, our draft capital.
Wait a second. It's real simple. You draft first, second, third is O-line, and you keep going. You keep trading down, and you get draft picks, and you sign O-linemen in free agency. It's not that hard.
What about our pass rush, Joe?
Screaming. We ain't had a pass rush since John Abraham. What's new? Going into another year without a pass rusher? Oh, well. You want to go into another year without a left tackle? How about that? You want to go into another year without a center? Man. How about that? Which one do you want? Do you want a franchise quarterback that actually can make plays in an offensive-driven league? Is that what you want? Okay, then we got to invest in the O-line. I've been screaming that for years. And people told me, be quiet. We got Le'Veon Bell. We don't use Le'Veon Bell.
Well, you can't use him if we don't got nobody that can block. I've been screaming that all year.
Bell, Joe, shut up. We got Le'Veon Bell, Joe. Shut up. Don't worry about the O-line. We don't need a center. Look, get with it. Get rid of all these garbage-ass linemen that we have. Get rid of them. They can't block. Time to go.
Man. This team is depressing me, man. Because I love football, man. And it's like I can't talk football because I sit there
but see, Chuck, I have the answer for you. If you love football, then watch the Ravens.
Yes. They're a complete team, man. They're really good.
That John Harbaugh guy's not a bad coach.
John Harbaugh, yes. But to think we were going to get him. We almost had him.
I was begging.
I don't know why we didn't rush to the Ravens' door and get him.
Just beg.
I don't know why. If we would have got him, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. We would be happy. We would be talking playoffs, and we might be talking about. All right, never mind. I'm going too far. We are the Jets. We ain't going. We are not. We will never go that far talking about Super Bowls. We will never go that far. We are the Jets. We are unlucky. We will never win nothing like that. That's too far. But playoffs, yes. Even our best years, we couldn't even make the Super Bowl. God,
have a good night, man. Good to hear from you.
Oh my God.
All right, Joe, we're gonna go. I don't know how to say this name though, so I'm just gonna take my best guess with this one. I'm gonna say Nasir. I apologize if I'm wrong. Is it Nasir?
Yeah, Nasir.
Nasir. Oh, my bad. How you doing, man?
How you doing, man? Let's talk about this trash ass team, man. Let's talk about them. I mean, I'm not even gonna go. I'm not even gonna start with Adam Gase. Let's not even start with Adam Gase. Let's start with Greg Williams, man. What is the problem with the defense? I mean, they came out Sunday like lifeless. Steve McClendon, all the people we have on that D-line, and we couldn't stop anybody. Joe Mixon coming out the backfield catching passes. I mean, and we already, like Joe said, we already knew what Adam Gase was. A fraud.
Yeah.
I mean, that was he's a fraud.
The defense had no answer. The defense was embarrassing, man. They couldn't stop anything. Andy Dalton was a Pro Bowler on Sunday. It was embarrassing.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes the Pro Bowl just off the Jets performance. I wouldn't be surprised.
That was terrible.
Robbie Anderson, I don't think we have a bad receiving corps. Like, if we went into next year with the receivers we have now, I would have no problem. But the O-line, Tom Compton, Alex Lewis, I mean, like Kelvin Beach.
Hold on. You don't think... Wait, hold on. So, would you... Going back to the receivers, Robbie's going to be a free agent. So, the first thing is, are you willing to give him a big deal, a new contract?
I don't know about a big deal, but I'll definitely give him a new contract. I think he deserves a new contract for next year. From the way,
so if you have Robbie,
only weapon.
Yeah, but if you have Robbie Anderson, then you have Jamison Crowder under contract. Quincy and Linwood is a complete unknown due to his injury. And would you bring back Demaryius Thomas? Because Demaryius Thomas is a free agent too. Then.
Yeah, I bring Demaryius Thomas on a short minimum. I don't think Demaryius Thomas has been that bad. If you want to be honest, I think Sam has regressed. I'm sorry to say, but I feel as though Sam has regressed. I don't think he's that franchise. I think he's going to be our franchise quarterback, but I don't think he's as good as we're hoping and hyping him up to be. He still makes bad decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, Nasir, I want to thank you for calling in. I think you're Nasir Strand. I think we go back and forth on Twitter from time to time, right? You're like, okay. And I want to thank you for calling in, man. I love talking to you. I think it's tough to really figure out what Sam is or what Sam isn't because he has a dumbass offensive coordinator in Adam Gase, setting him up for failure on a weekly basis. What is the best thing for a young quarterback in the NFL? A solid running back, right? Yeah, if you look at the Cowboys, right? Even I keep saying this. Even Jerry Jones, he's stupid, but he figured it out. What he did was he took Ezekiel Elliott, took guys up front. He has a system that works, and it helps Dak along. We've seen Jared Goff was being helped by the running game as well, who has a great offensive mind out there with the Rams. They put a solid running game behind him, and then he can work off that because then you can do pass action, all kind of other things open up. That is not what Adam Gase does here. He has an unbalanced, pass-happy-ass offense. I saw it in Miami, and I told people about it coming here. This guy is consistently neglecting to use Le'Veon Bell. We went up against the worst run defense in the league. If you wanted to run Le'Veon Bell, if there was any time that you wanted to use Le'Veon Bell, utilize his skills, it would have been this week as a runner, right? Anybody with a brain knows that. He ran him 10 times. Ran him 10 times and ran him into Geno Atkins. That's exactly what he did. Defense. Straight into the middle of the defense. Like we got Pro Bowl guards and centers. What are you guys? What is he doing? I don't think I was any more mad as when Kelvin Beachum got that holding penalty. Kelvin Beachum is one of the worst tackles I've seen in football. He really. And it's sad that we was waiting for his return because he's done nothing but disappoint. Tom Compton is bad. Alex Lewis is bad. Don't even get me started on Oh my God, we think Adoga is bad. Oh, don't get me started on Brandon Shaw. Oh, and that's what blows my mind is how bad these guys are playing. And so your game plan is exposing our weaknesses. You're putting these guys in pass protection situations where they're not good enough to be able to do that. So why wouldn't you take advantage of the weakness? Why would you continue to give Carlos Dunlap time after time after time to get to Sam? Why would you do that? Why are you doing that? That's completely idiotic. But I want to get your thoughts on this because a big part of our loss to the Bengals was the penalties. The penalties that we had and the undisciplined play, man. What were your thoughts about seeing that?
It's just. I think we're still in the Todd Bowles era, I guess. Because that's what crippled us in the Todd Bowles era. It's crippling us now. And just to see Adam Gase standing over there with his other offensive junkie, was that Dowell Loggins who don't do nothing either. It's terrible. I would have fired the offensive line coach in week 1. It's crazy. It's like we're not teaching discipline. The defense.
We're not teaching accountability. But think about all the things we talked about. And we've seen this all season long, and nothing's changed. Nobody's been held accountable for any mistake all season long.
Right. Not even with Tremaine Johnson. It took an injury to get Tremaine Johnson off the field, and he sucked. Ain't no guy. I don't want to go out on a limb here, but I think we give Greg Williams a little too much credit. I don't think the defense has been that good this season. It may have done some things to turn the game around, shifted, But, our defense is not good. Jamal Adams is decent, but he's bad in coverage. Marcus May is decent.
Here's the thing, and I hear you, Nasir. Look, I think the defense, the reason why we're giving Greg Williams credit is because he's doing a lot more with a lot less. Okay, This dude has dealt with injuries. C.J. Mosley went down, I think, after like one game, played in another game, but was not 100%. So he's missed both of pretty much his starting inside linebackers pretty much the entire season. Our secondary is trash. We were begging Tremaine Johnson to do anything this year after getting big money from Mike McCagnon. He's been trash. He was trash before he got hurt, so he was basically playing with no corners outside of Poole. So he's had to deal with issues, and he didn't have a pass rusher, okay? Because Quentin Williams is not a pass rusher, and I told people that before the draft. That's why I went Josh Allen. So he's dealing with various things defensively. Hold on a second. He's dealing with various things, and he's kept us in games. Look, I understand the defense was not the best against the Bengals. The Bengals only scored 22 points, though. They didn't score 50. They scored 22. This was a game that was still in hand at points of the game. If you look at this game, there's way more of the blame to be put on the offense than it is on the defense. Right. You can't put up points against an 0-11 Bengals team. They are 0-11. 0-11. The same struggles that we saw against the Bengals is the same damn struggles offensively that we saw against the Dolphins. And they were 0-7.
Terrible. Another terrible team. And guys, I don't. We made a mistake drafting Quentin Williams. I mean, it is what it is. Just like we made a mistake drafting Vernon Golston back in the day. I mean, there's another pass rusher that we don't have. Henry Anderson gave all that money to.
I'm seeing goals.
I don't mind Henry Anderson too much, man. I think he at least made some kind of impact where he's overcoming some injuries. But Quentin Williams, I mean, you're expecting this explosive force up the middle, this athletic freak, and all these things, and it's just you watch it, he gets no push, he gets swallowed up in a block, and he's just done. Exactly. And he stops. Like, he doesn't even fight through it. He just stops. So that's it. Thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you, man. See you Friday.
Have a good night. Yep. We want to give a shout-out to Frankie Egger, too, man, who's retweeting all our stuff, too. So we appreciate him supporting us. We're going to go
Frankie,
to Mike.
My guy.
That's my guy.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
That's my guy, Frankie. You know I love you, bro.
We're going to go to Nigel. Nigel, what's up, man?
Gentlemen, how y'all doing?
You know how we doing. You know how we doing.
This is what Tyson... Tyson, this is a family-rated show, okay? No profanity.
I slipped.
Tell him.
All right?
I slipped.
All right, this is a family show, all right? Now, you two, Okay. Here we go. You know, when I was watching the game, I thought about both of y'all. I know you was probably smashing your foreheads into your flat screens. What happened? Listen, guys. Listen, hear me out. The Jets are a bad team. I know you wasn't thinking about winning four games in a row, right?
I mean, it's not too much to expect a team to be an 0-11 team, man. Let's based on the talent alone in the field, the Jets should have won that game. I mean, it's not asking a lot. It's just they completely melted down like Swiss cheese. It was embarrassing. They couldn't even do a basic block, cover a basic pass, or catch a football. Like, football fundamentals went right out the window on Sunday. That was just inexcusable on so many levels. It's ridiculous.
But listen, the Jets are a bad team. You see, the thing is, you have to admit to yourself, the first road to recovery is the Jets. They are a bad team, okay? They bad all over.
We are not, listen.
We are bad. We're poorly coached. Poorly coached, poor environment,
and we are a bad team.
But they have
all of it.
That's not true. Okay, Nigel, but hold on.
Really?
We are not worse than the Dolphins or the Bengals. There's no way that you can look at those teams and say that we are worse than the Dolphins or the Bengals. There's no way. Because if you think that means that we are literally the worst team in the league. Do you think that? There's no way we could do that and look at our roster and our talent and say that we're the worst team in the league. We have Le'Veon Bell. There's no way. We are poorly coached. We are
they didn't even use Crowder in the league. They didn't even use Crowder.
Okay, I want y'all to listen to me for a second, right? About Le'Veon Bell, all right? Now, if you notice, when they put Bilal Powell in, right, we was actually moving the football. You understand what I'm saying? Because at least Bilal Powell hits the hole. One of the biggest problems with Le'Veon Bell with the stutter step stuff. Now, I know that is a novelty. I know everybody likes it, but he does not have the offensive line to go ahead and stutter step. You understand what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why he's being misused in his offense anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, Le'Veon Bell, wonderful. if he doesn't have the offensive line to open up these holes so he can stutter step and hit the holes when they open up, then this is what you're going to get, guys.
No,
I completely disagree. I disagree completely.
Running outside. Why would you stutter step?
Or better yet, Joe,
run outside?
But better yet, Le'Veon Bell. If you watch him in Pittsburgh, you don't get all the yards on 6 carries. He gets 20 friggin' carries. He wears down that defense. He holds them accountable. You don't get 4 carries, but now he's done. It's ridiculous.
Let me ask you a question.
You also don't feed him to Geno Atkins. You also don't run directly at the Bengals' best defensive lineman.
But listen, Geno Atkins and Carlos Dunlap, they're not chopped chicken sandwich. Liver or anything like that. Those are some pretty good guys and stuff like that.
So why do you run directly at them?
You don't run at them.
Because you know why? Nobody is not catching the football. You understand? Listen, hear me out, guys. I know that we want. Listen, just hear me out.
Where is this excuse book coming from? Like, where is? Did you become like Adam Gase's best friend or something? What happened tonight?
No, listen. Just hear me out.
This is insanity.
I accepted that the Jets are a horrible team. They have a horrible roster.
They don't have a horrible roster. Nigel, look at the playmakers on the Jets side of the ball as opposed to the Bengals. The Jets have more. They just don't use them right. You have Crowder, Demaryius Thomas, Robbie Anderson, Le'Veon Bell, Ty Montgomery, and Bilal Powell. That is significantly more than the Bengals had. The Bengals had 2 friggin' players. Joe Mixon and Tyler Boyd. That's it. We didn't cover them.
Okay. How many All-Stars do we have on this team? How many Pro Bowlers?
Oh, my God.
No. I want y'all to just chime in this. No, just listen.
How many Pro Bowlers
I just gave you 6.
How many Pro Bowlers do the Dolphins have?
Oh, my God.
Listen, I'm not talking about the Dolphins. I'm talking about the Jets. Listen, before you get upset with me, listen, I'm trying to...
We're not upset.
This is a reality. No, hear me out. This is a reality that most Jets fans going to have to come to grips with. This roster, the coaching, the management, all of it is absolutely putrid. You understand what I'm saying? Their offensive line is totally... The Jets' offensive line is totally putrid, okay? See, the thing is, like I said a couple of weeks ago, you want to hope that everything, they have to just destroy this team, rip it to the studs. Jamal Adams, give me a 1 and a 3, goodbye. Le'Veon Bell, give me a 2, whatever, goodbye. Listen, guys, hear me out. Listen.
What are we doing here?
You're going to have to, listen, I know you don't agree with me. But the only way that this team can move forward, okay, I know. The only way that this team's going to move forward is you're going to have to tear it down to the studs.
We know that, but you have to. But can I ask you a question? We know. I just got to ask you one question, Nigel. But while you're telling us how we have no talent, when you see Carlos Dunlap owning, he basically rented Brandon Shell's backyard. He just took it on his own. If you know that he's doing that, why would you not roll out Sam Darnold or put somebody in the backfield to slow him down so you can actually get some passes off? So that's not being a bad roster. That's being poorly coached.
Wait, but Tyson, hold on a second, Tyson. Okay. You mean putting somebody in the backfield like maybe like Le'Veon Bell, one of the best blocking running backs in the league? Oh,
guys,
I don't know if I can disagree with that thing.
Hold on. Barrios dropped the pass. Robbie dropped the pass. You understand? If they would have caught those passes, it would have been a different game. Okay? You understand? When
you know how many passes
you're making the case for me then. He's just making a case for me then.
You're making my case
if they catch the ball, they're the better team. Oh. No, you're making my point,
there was a better team. Listen, hear me out.
The Jets have more talent. If they would have caught a couple passes, that drive turned the whole game around. But they went to that game with more talent.
Listen, this is the deal. We're in December right now. It's over with. And you know why I'm glad the Jets lost? Because even with me, I was having that playoff thing, dancing our heads, that little light of hope before everything just turns to black. Listen, this is the deal. I'm already on the clock with the Jets, okay? I'm
How
in
the hell are
April
you happy
right
that he
now.
lost to the Bengals? I don't know any Jet fans happy he lost to the Bengals. There's nothing happy about this. Losing to a winless team, becoming a laughing stock in the NFL, there's nothing happy about this. I don't enjoy any of this.
Yeah, but you know what?
The
Maybe
first team in the history of the NFL
bad
to lose to 2 winless teams, and you're happy about it?
I understand.
That's insane.
No argument.
That's ridiculous.
No argument. But it happened. That's the thing. It happened. Okay?
You said you were
My
happy.
point is
You said you were happy it happened.
No, I'm happy that the whole... No, I'm happy because now... No, hear me out. I'm going to tell you why I'm happy. Because this whole thing could hold on. Okay, don't hang up on me yet. I'm just happy that this thing could self-destruct, because I know you hit the button. I can just feel your finger hovering around that button. Hold on. I felt it. I felt it in the force. Quick thing, right? Listen, let it burn down to the ground, okay? And let's see what happens during the off season. Maybe we get rid of everyone, all you Le'Veon Bell lovers and your Robbie lovers and all like that. Get rid of everyone. Okay?
Yeah, and you have to replace them. And who are you going to replace them with?
Okay.
Mothballs? What are we doing here? Now we get rid of everybody and replace them with what?
Listen, guys, hold on. The Bengals,
and the person picking was Adam Gase. That's reassuring.
Well,
oh, my God.
Hey, he's here. There's nothing we can do about it. But listen.
There's plenty we can do about it.
Those 2 wide receivers of the Bengals, hold on. Those 2 wide receivers of the Bengals, they was undrafted, and they was scorching the living daylights out of it. And the thing is about Greg Williams, listen, he can't rush the football. He has to put everybody in space, and we're going to get burned over that. So it is what it is. This whole team needs to be torn down to the studs and built back together. And that's it.
Nigel, have a good night, man.
I love you guys. Listen. I love you guys. Have a good week, man. Don't take it personally. They suck, all right? Okay, enjoy. Be well, guys. Bye-bye.
Joe, can you imagine if this was somebody's first time listening to this show? Can you imagine? They'd probably be like, this is complete insanity. I'm not sure if we're going to gain listeners or lose them. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with this one.
Dude, I listen. I want to thank him for calling in. I don't know what the hell he was even talking about. I don't know what he was. Nothing will change. You can rip anything to the studs, but if you have the wrong guy building, the structure is going to be trash. Nothing will change until Adam Gase is gone. If you did, does nobody understand? Like, this has happened before with him. They did that in Miami. They ripped things down. Remember, he was the general manager over there after their first year. He had to say so. He was the guy over there building the roster over there. And that team was garbage. When they put him in charge, he completely ruined that team. That is ridiculous. So to even say those things is ridiculous. This is complete. We are not the worst team in the league. We are not.
Yeah.
We are piss poorly coached. And Tyler Boyd was not undrafted. He was drafted in the 2nd round by the Bengals. Just to correct that. I just got tired of that. Let's get to the next caller, please. Good God.
Yeah, the only thing the Jets have accomplished is they've accepted losing and they've justified losing. That's all they've done. They're just finding ways to make excuses and justifying poor performances. It's ridiculous.
You know what's even crazier? And he even as he was leaving, he said, "Hey, let's see what's going on in the off season." He was on his way out. Let's see what's going on in the off season.
Petrified.
We do you understand? We're going to be leaning heavily on free agency to make this team competitive. I can't think of one free agent that's going to want to come here, especially after the way we treat Le'Veon Bell. Especially after we get rid of him. Especially after we get rid of Adams. Especially after the way that we treated Kalichi Osemele and Luke Falk. What free agent would want to sign here?
And Quincy Enunwa.
And Quincy Enunwa. What free agent would want to sign here? We're going to have to ridiculously overpay to have guys here, which is going to eat up that free agency money like it's nothing. Because free agency, you're already overpaying. And that's on top of losing guys. He was talking about Robbie Anderson. I remember you talked about it a little bit earlier about re-signing Robbie Anderson. why the hell would Robbie Anderson resign here? Unless we overpay him and give him that number one money that he's looking for. Because he's not a number one wide receiver. He's not. We are in a lot of trouble. I'm telling Jets fans, just like I told you before we hired Adam Gase, right after we hired Adam Gase, we are in a lot of trouble. And we've got to make the necessary adjustments and get this guy out of here. Because I'm telling you, it could get way worse than this.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
God. Dude, this is crazy. This is crazy. He said trade Le'Veon for a second-round pick. We are moving on. We are trying to trade.
We won't even get a second-round pick for him. That's the worst thing. We won't even get that. We'll get like a conditional third. That's what's even worse.
Yeah.
We'll get less.
That's probably what we will do. We are actively trying to get rid of one of the best offensive weapons in all of the NFL. An elite offensive weapon. The Jets are trying to get rid of an elite offensive weapon. That don't even sound right. This is crazy. This is almost cursed. This is backcrap crazy. That's exactly what this is. This is nuts. We are in complete dysfunction. This franchise is out of it. We are out of it.
All right, we're gonna go to.
And we are doing nothing but ruining Sam Darnold. Go ahead, go to the next caller. Go. Let's go. Let's talk about somebody else.
We're gonna go to Mike in Jersey City. Mike, what's up, man?
What did I tell you guys? What did I say last week? Right? Listen, what did I say? What did I say? I'm telling you right now, this was the worst loss of the season. I don't care what anybody says. This is 10 times worse
no doubt.
than the Patriots routing, than the Dolphins game, because for me I called this. I called this last week. It was on the tombstone. Okay? They win 3 games. This is prime time Gase, Adam Gase ran football team. Prime time. Because what we saw out there was exactly like blow for blow what was in Miami the last 3 years. When we would go with Bulls. We would beat them. We would go even with a more inferior team with less players.
No. Hold on. Under Bulls, they did the same nonsense. They would mail. We saw it the last 2 years. These games they should win, they would lose, and we'd have meltdowns. Joe, let's be honest.
They would play.
Oh man!
They would play down to their opponents. They would play down to their opponents. And this is what we're doing now. Okay, two teams winless, and we lose to them. Okay, and so I called it last week. This was the worst. This was the worst game of the year. Okay, and yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. Gase obviously knows that his job is secured because there's no way in hell that he comes out here prepared like this. I mean, he threw this game. He went right back to the playbook, to his stubborn playbook that he had at the beginning of the year, okay, where it was completely trigger happy, pass happy, barely using the run, and no adjustments. And so, it was we saw it, and this is all it was.
Yeah, you know what kills me, and I want to thank you for calling in. You're bringing the fire right now. You're completely correct. What we saw is complete regression offensively here, and I'm more worried about Sam than almost anything else. Okay, I love Le'Veon, but we've talked about him quite a bit. Sam is the one truly paying the price. This guy is sore ribs. His ankle is hurt. He's taking shot after shot. I mean, what are your thoughts about the fact that Gase isn't protecting him adequately within the game plan either?
I mean, at this point, for me, it's such a defeating point. It doesn't even matter. Like if next week Sam comes out and he he tears his ACL, it's like okay, that was expected too, because clearly Gase has no idea how to protect a young quarterback.
Yeah, but that's terrible, dude. That's the biggest problem.
It is terrible. I'm not going to.
The only hope you have now is Sam can overcome. The only thing you got to hope for is Sam can overcome Adam Gase, and just like where some quarterbacks save a coach's job, you got to hope Sam Darnold plays well that he can make this team even watchable. Him getting hurt hurts even more. more excuses.
I also want to say, like, we could sit here week in and week out, every Tuesday, every Friday, bash the Jets, do this, do that. But at the end of the day, look, Jet fans, what do? Next season, the draft comes around, we get, slightly excited or whatever about some picks. We fall right into the circle again. It's a toxic relationship.
But I think it's different though. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I always say the same thing. Oh, once the off season comes, because what we get a lot of is I'm never watching this team again. That's a lie because you're gonna watch them every week, and to come the draft and free agency, we're always gonna watch it and this and that. But I think, to be completely honest with you, I will have tempered enthusiasm knowing that Adam Gase is coaching this team because I don't care what talent we give him. I know what he is. I know, you could bring in 3 all-star running backs and 2 this, 2 that. I don't think he's a good coach. He can't maximize resources. If you look at this team this year, name you have 50, what? How many guys are on a roster? 53 guys on a roster. 53 guys on this roster. Name 5 that have gotten better this year. Can we even do that? Can we name 5 guys that have gotten better this year?
They've gotten worse. I mean, it's
ridiculous.
And as Jay said from NYSF magazine, and I didn't even realize this, but I mean, it's a monopoly. I didn't even realize they all have the same agent, Sam, Joe, and
we said that when they hired him. When he hired him, we talked about this.
Yes, we did.
Let's stop saying Woody Johnson is the worst. I mean, he is, but I personally think he doesn't care. I think that clip from the Jacksonville game where he said, "Well, I hope they come to play." He didn't mean it because he wants them to win. He meant it because he just wants butts in the stadium. He just wants profit. He doesn't care. You think he cares? They don't
care because they make money. They're making money with the uniforms, the new uniforms. They made all this money. They don't care.
That's what I'm saying. People can say, "Oh, they're the most incompetent." Well, they don't care. They don't care if we call them incompetent or not because they don't care. They hired Adam Gase because, Tweety Bird, Peyton Manning said he was good, and he's going to put butts in seats. That's all they care about. The three win game streak was enough for them. That's it. And here we are. And as you pointed out, which I think for me was the most upsetting about the game, is the team has zero backbone. With the exception of Le'Veon Bell, I think everyone in its entirety is soft, extremely soft on the Jets right now. Okay?
It was bad.
Cries and weeps when we mention the same old Jets. Well, guess what? I mentioned them in Twitter. Same old Jets. I messaged them. Same old Jets.
I said the same thing.
And that's the one thing that...
Dude, good. Dude, that's the whole thing I said. We talked about it last week, and we said we did videos on it. If you don't want to be the same old Jets, don't play like the same old Jets. Don't be a lifeless bunch of zombies that lack emotion and leadership. And that's when you stop being associated with it. And what do? You have an epic meltdown where the entire team quit, came out flat. That's same old Jets. And that's the same thing we've seen for the last 5 years. It's ridiculous.
Last 5 years, I mean, yeah, more, but still.
I'm saying these guys, but I'm saying the guys that are still here are doing the same thing. We saw it last year. We saw it the year before. There's some players that carry over from all these years.
And to point out, that is a prime Adam Gase ran football team because look at the Raiders game. Everything was clicking. Everything was clicking for them. It was a tumbleweed just rolling down the street, and it was all clicking for them. Plus the drop passes from the Raiders, and so they were just piling it on the Raiders. As soon as one thing goes wrong for the Jets, a drop pass, they're out of it.
Yep.
And same with Adam Gase. That's the type of coaching.
Yep.
He can't roll with the punches. He just can't.
Nope, he can't. They can't overcome adversity. Yep.
You want to say it was the Braxton Berrios drop? No, it wasn't. It was the Robbie Anderson in the end zone breadbasket drop. That was when the game was over. It was like seriously. I was screaming at the TV. I was probably going to get a domestic call, violent thing from my upstairs neighbors. I was ballistic. I was beside myself. I couldn't.
Yeah,
it was the worst. Seriously. Anyway, good night, boys. See you next week or whatever.
Joe, that was the same boat he was in because, I was sitting there and you already had the bad feelings. The Robbie Anderson drop bothered me. That Berrios drop, dude, I was livid. I was like, you guys, he had to go out of his way to drop it. He almost had to make an effort to drop it. The goddamn thing hit him in the hands. I'm like, how do you, what do we, you sit there and you're like, and then you just sit there and and Joe, I said it out loud. I'm like, this is coming. I'm like, this is going to happen today. I can't believe it. And you just knew it then. And then after that, it was 3 hours of cursing. And it was just like, this team, it's true. And he said it, Mike just said it, this team cannot overcome any kind of adversity because they do not believe in their leader, their coach, or their program. Period. It's simple as that.
Yeah, well, what's crazy, and I want to thank him for calling in. You know what's crazy? We used to say this about Todd Bowles, is that the team often takes on, the actions and attitude of its leader. Talk about overcoming adversity. Adam Gase can't overcome adversity because anything outside of prescriptive plays, he's dead. The offense, and that's been all year. That's not been all year. That's been all 3 years or 4 years now of his head coaching career. It's been like that. Anything outside of scripted stuff, he's dead. We've talked about that all year. The offense completely dies at points in the game, and that's what we saw against the Bengals. A lack of idea of how to change things up. No adjustments. None.
Yep.
I keep saying this over and over. He literally ran at Geno Atkins over and over and over again. Saw it wasn't working and just kept doing it, and then completely abandoned the run game against the worst rush defense in the league. He doesn't get
Brandon Shell, no help. No help.
Exactly.
I mean, it was just
ridiculous. Why wouldn't the team struggle against adversity? The leader struggles against adversity. The leader shuts down against adversity. Come on. This is crazy.
No, I agree with you. All right, we're going to go to... I think he just dropped off. Oh, well. We're going to go to Tyrone. What's up, man?
Yo, you know what's crazy? I am so glad y'all had another Carlo on before y'all didn't put me on after Nigel, boy, because I probably would have cussed, man. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, for real, bro. Man, that's just horrible, man. But anyway, I don't even know where to start at, but I'm not going to go with the doom and gloom. I'm going to say about 5 or 6 points, man. And I'm going to start with number one. There's no way you play a team that gave up 600 and some yards in the last, 2.5, 3 games, and you don't run the football. That's just ridiculous. Not giving Le'Veon Bell the ball is so retarded, but that shows lack of leadership. So we're going to talk about the drops. I'm not even going to say the drops cost us the game. They were costly drops, but it was way worse than that. Why would you not run the football on a team that cannot stop the run? Then you're going to run the football to their strong points. You don't run on the outside and attack them like everyone else has done, which they're proving they can't stop. No, you're going to run the ball to their strong points. Okay, whatever. Then on top of that, you give Sam no protection. And this is the whole problem with it right here in a nutshell, man. I'm not saying that we were a bad team. And this is where your man Nigel went totally left. He said we need to tear it down and rebuild it. Where you been the last 5 years, Nigel? We do this every year.
Exactly.
Then he was like, okay, well, let's see what happens in free agency. Didn't we have the best free agency we've ever had with the Jets in the last 5 or 6 years? Didn't we just go through that? And we still suck? No. It's leadership. This is the whole problem right here. You want to get rid of, you want to get rid of Le'Veon Bell. You want to get rid of Robbie. You want to get rid of Jamal. Okay, you understand you got to replace these people? I mean, it's just bad, man. And Tyson, you said it. I think you guys have killed it today. But Tyson, you said it best. I knew in the first half we was gonna lose, bro. I knew. Yep. I just knew. Yep. I know this ride, bro. I've been on this ride so many times. I know how it ends. So this is the frustrating part with it, man. It's to that point, man. But you don't want to fix the offensive line. You don't want to get a competent coach in here, and this is the problem. I understand you're paying Todd Bowles and you're paying you're paying Adam Gase. Listen, I don't care how many coaches you got to pay. Good teams fix problems, and everyone that wanted to bash Todd Bowles, I bet you Todd Bowles would have ran the ball with Le'Veon Bell. I bet he would have done it. You know what I'm saying? This guy's a guru. How is he an offensive guru? What is he showing us this season that makes you think going forward he's the right piece? It makes no sense. And this is what kills us, man. How are you ever going to get better when you have a coach who does not – there's no way your game plan is disretarded, when you don't understand their strong points and their weak points. There's no point where you don't adjust to have somebody help Sam. You're going empty backfield and they're killing Shell on the outside. You give them no help. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're rushing up the middle, they're in the backfield. Go ahead.
Tyrone, I want to thank you for calling in, dude. And I cannot wait to talk to you on a weekly basis because you bring the fire. You know what I'm saying? And thank you again for not cursing because I want to talk to you tonight for sure. You know what's crazy about this is not the first time that we've seen Shell struggle on the outside and get beat. And this is not the first time that we've seen the offensive line struggle at times against, mediocre lines and get Sam beat around. So why is it that at this point in the season, why doesn't he have a plan in place to make an adjustment when he sees that? We've seen that pretty much down there all season. Exactly. I don't understand this. Like, it's maddening, dude. It is absolutely crazy. But what really kills me is the penalties. The penalties is what was pissing me off. We had, who was that? I think it was Alex Lewis with the single leg takedown. What are you doing?
Bro, well, you know what? All the penalties came on big plays. You ever notice that? And what else is also awful, man, and is really, really bad, is this has been the worst offensive line I've ever seen us have. This has been the worst offensive line ever, and it's the same thing. So you think that Adam Gase all of a sudden is going to pick up a playbook and figure something out. This guy has no clue on what to do. And, we beat 2 sorry teams. Everyone's happy about that? We beat 3 sorry teams. Okay, what happened? It's back to reality because we don't prepare well. These guys didn't look prepared, man. They wasn't ready to play, and that's just coming with a bad game plan. Listen, when your team don't believe in your game plan, how can you win? I'm not, and it's for us to say that, there's no way, there's nobody who calls this show, like I said, at the beginning of the season, after watching us through OTAs and watching us in the preseason and watching everything that we've done, the players that we brought in, there's no way on God's earth you thought we were going to be this bad. There's no way. So it's not the team, it's not the players, it's the coach. And you guys made a point earlier that I don't think nobody caught on to. You said name 5 players that has improved this season. I can't name 3. I can't name 2. But Jamal, Marcus May, but these are players. These are ballers. You understand what I'm saying? This is the whole problem, man. And it's not just we're bad in one area. We're bad in a lot of areas. It's just, and it's as a Jet fan, man, you get tired of this, man. Like, I'm numb to losing now, bro. I'm numb to it. I don't even get mad anymore. It's just like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you lose to Miami. 0-6, 0-7. You lose to Cincinnati, 0-11. This is the teams you lose to? I mean, this is ridiculous, man. It's a tragedy to watch this, man. You got fans like Jay and Tyson who don't even want. Jay said, I'm going to tailgate and I'm going home. You understand how crazy that is? He's paid for it.
Tyrone, you know what the sad thing is? But dude, I live for football. I live for football Sundays. I love watching football. I've been going to games since 1994. I'm to the point now where I'm giving free tickets, and I'm like, you know what, I'm good. Like, I'm so disgusted and so disheartened where I just don't want to sit there and waste 8 hours of my Sunday watching it where I know it's going nowhere, where I don't believe in it. It's like I'm going to watch horribly coached football, 2 horrible teams, where the game means nothing. It's terrible. It's embarrassing.
And I wanted to make a key point, man, before you guys brought me off. Look at the top teams. Baltimore, San Francisco, Seattle, and who else is winning? I'll just go with those 3 right now.
Saints.
What are the Saints? What do all 4 of these teams have in common? They have great coaching, and they run the football. They run the football. This is how you win. So you're telling me you got probably one of the best running backs in the last 6 years to be in the league, and you want to trade him. That's retarded. That is so asinine to even think that. But you want to keep a coach that's going to set us back. This is my problem, man, with the Jets, man. And you guys know I love this team. Everyone know when I call this show, I love this team. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I am so sick of losing. I'm sick of rebuilding. I'm sick of next year. And I'm sick of not producing. It's been 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years we've been in this same rut. Every other team has came up. San Francisco sucked, came up. Baltimore went to their problems, came up.
Buffalo,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because they have great management, they have good coaches, and they believe in their system, and their coaches can motivate them. You hire people for the name. This is our problem. It's ownership from on down. And then Joe Douglas, man, like I said, man, you on the clock, bro, because at the end of the day, I understand you have a 6-year contract. You're locked in, whatever. There is no way on earth you cannot look at this team, look at what Adam Gase is doing, and not realize what the problem is. There's no way you're sitting in your office seeing that. But see, what's going to happen is you're not selling tickets. Go ahead.
No, you're right, though, but you're absolutely right, because the thing is, it's like you name two teams. Look at the way Buffalo built around Josh Allen. Look at the way Baltimore built around Lamar Jackson. Look at exactly what they did. And you could make an argument Sam Darnold's a better quarterback than both of them, maybe, in terms of arm talent, presence, and everything else. And and they're both having more success, significantly more success. They're much better teams than we are.
Absolutely, and this is the problem right here, because you don't have proper leadership, and it goes back to the same point we've always been having, and we have this conversation for the last 4 or 5 years. It's leadership. When you got rid of Bowles, you should have brought in a real coach, someone who can command these men to work and motivate these guys. Come up with a game plan, make adjustments at halftime, make adjustments during the game. We don't do none of that. Nope. Gates sits over there with a little pad and goes on the bench and looks at it. Bro, it's not working. You know what I'm saying? You know, okay, if Powell was running better, get the ball to Powell. Run the football. Listen, you know how easy it will make Sam's job.
Look at the Ty Montgomery run. Ty Montgomery got 8 yards, an 8-yard run, and what do? They do a screen pass and another pass. He needed 2 freaking yards, and he just got you 8. Run the ball again.
3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, and he's throwing the ball. 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2. Pass
against the worst run defense in the league.
And it's so frustrating, man, because, you know, we go through this, and everyone is getting sick of it, man. So, like I said, man, best of luck selling tickets next year, bro. How can you sell this? You can't even make if you get rid of Le'Veon and Jamal, I don't care what kind of splash you make, because Joe said it best, and I'm harping on this. There's no way you're gonna not get a good free agent to come in here without overpaying. It's not gonna happen. It's not going to happen, because no one wants to come here to this organization.
You can already see it. I guarantee you know what they're going to do. They're going to trade Le'Veon. They're going to trade Jamal, and they're going to make some kind of ridiculous splash move to sell it. Just like sign AJ Green or something, or some nonsense like that to try to fool the fan base. We're not going to be fooled. So no, it's going to be something like that, though. You know, I'm just saying they're going to do something stupid like that.
You think the fan base is going to say, okay, you bought an A.J. Green, but you got rid of Jamal Adams and Le'Veon?
I'll give you a better one. Okay, I'll give you a better example. They'll trade Jamal, and they'll trade Le'Veon, and they'll sign Amari Cooper.
I'm going to tell you this. Listen, if they get rid of Le'Veon and Jamal, if you don't get me Drew Brees, Tom Brady, or Patrick Mahomes, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing, because there's nothing going to equate to that to me, because that's the problem. Or get me Andy Reid. You know what I'm saying? Get me something like that. I'll be cool. We'll trade whoever you want to. This is the problem, man. But like I said, man, you know, we Jet fans, but it's like you said, it's so hard to watch these games, man. I'm not even going to lie to you, man. The last 4 minutes, I went to Baltimore, and I went to the Baltimore 7. I said, look, I'm not going to spend my Sunday watching my team get murdered when I know the game is over. Turned the channel, went right to San Francisco and Baltimore, and enjoyed football. That's what I had to do, and I never do that. Because normally I say, okay, and I didn't. You know what's crazy? I didn't even flip back. I was like, I'm done. I can't take this. This sucks. You know what I'm saying? But it's what we got to deal with. And your man Nigel, if you're listening, bro, no disrespect, but bro, I'm gonna need you to do some kind of research or something, bro, because there's no way you want to tear it down again. Because I mean, we've been tearing it down, Nigel. I know about 10 years. We haven't won since '09. So it's about to be 2020, man. Them 11 years, bro. I think in some kind of way. Listen, this is even worse. And this makes it worse. Since '09, we went to the AFC Championship. Listen, we haven't even raised good players. We haven't drafted players that's still here. You can't name a player besides Bilal. Was it Bilal here in '09? He's been in 10 years. No, he wasn't even here in '09. Exactly. He didn't even get here in '09. Listen, you don't have a player from '09. You got one player from '10, and you don't got nobody from 11, 12, 13, and 14. They're still on the team. This is the problem. But you know what I'm saying?
Tyrone, we got players from literally this year's draft that ain't on the team no more. We got
Joe, listen.
This year's draft is already gone.
Joe, listen.
That's our best pass rusher. That's our best pass rusher.
Listen, I'm not even going to harp on 2 years ago. We cut our 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round, 6th round pick that ain't even in the league no more. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, my
but
God.
That's what we got to go through. But you're going to sell me a dream. Yeah, right, man. I'm telling you, man. You know what? I'm trying not to cuss him, but I want to, though. I'm telling you, boy.
Have a good night, man.
Tyson, one more thing. Tyson, one more thing. We got to get together, me and you and Joe, and do a YouTube where y'all can just give me the free range to say all the F-bombs I want to. Let's just get together and do it that way. Let's make history, baby. Let's make it happen, baby. Have a good night, man.
Have a good night,
guys, man.
Take care. This show has been off the rails, man. I don't know how Primetime is doing all this. This is just complete chaos.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Josh and Brick. Josh, what's up, man?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Well, we've got a lot of chaos tonight, man. A lot of unhappy Jet fans.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm gonna hit you up with some comedy right now. About 7-8 months ago, our owner, Christopher Johnson, tried to sell me. We were hiring a head coach that was coaching to where football was going. Okay, Brian Baldinger tweeted today.
Jesus Christ.
Here are the top rushing teams: Ravens, 49ers, Seahawks, Colts, and Bills. Their combined record, 47-15. Top 5 rushing teams. That's where football is going.
No arguments here, man. Running the ball. You watch all these teams. And it's so funny that you say this. This is an excellent point. You watch. The Baltimore Ravens are running the ball like no other team we've seen in years, decades. Then you look at the Saints. You have Alvin Kamara. All these top teams. Like, you watched the game last night. The Seahawks. The key to the game was the running plays. You know, Joe, this just drives me crazy. We have the running back, and we don't use him. It's insane.
It's mind-boggling, and I want to thank the caller for calling in. It's mind-boggling. he's coaching where football is going. What do you go? That's what I'm saying. Look how clueless our owners are. What are you talking about? This guy's coaching is terrible, and it's absolutely ridiculous for what we're watching. And then you're sitting here and talk about these top teams that are utilizing personnel. That's why they're running so well. They're utilizing their personnel. They're putting their systems. They're installing people in their systems so that it fits them, that it works. That's what they're doing with the Ravens. One of the reasons why they're running the ball so well is because of Lamar Jackson. That dude is out there doing whatever. They do all types of stuff with him. They move him outside the pocket. He's free to move runs. They got options built in for him. That's why Ingram is able to also bludgeon you as well. We don't do none of that here. We got one of the best running backs in the league, and we don't even utilize Le'Veon Bell. It's completely ridiculous. So that leads to my question with you, is what are your thoughts about the usage of Bell and how he isn't even being split out wide in games now?
Guys, I got one more stat for you real quick. The Jets have the #1 rushing defense right now, right? That everyone knows. Their opponents have rushed for a total of 903 yards over the course of all the games this year. The Jets' total team rushing yards is 871. You would think they're going against good rushing defenses. They just went against the Bengals and put up 40 yards rushing.
It's insane. I've never seen I've never seen a game where usually you see a game where the running back just takes over, where he's getting all these chunk plays and this and that. It's just like
not even one. Not even one. His longest rush of the year is 19 yards. This is Le'Veon Bell.
Pathetic.
Makes no sense. Pathetic. I understand how bad our offensive line is, but it can't be that bad. You got to do something. You got to create a play to compensate for the lack of talent on the O-line.
Exactly. What are your thoughts about the penalties that we're seeing as well?
One thing I noticed is the games that we played well, the last 3 games, we barely had any penalties. This game versus the Bengals, every decent-sized play, there was a penalty. It's very simple. These things correlate. When teams play well, they don't get penalties. When you get a penalty on every big play, more than 10 yards, yeah, that's how you get set back and drives end, and that's how you can't flip the field, and the whole game is backwards.
Yeah, but it seemed like the offensive line either wasn't prepared, they weren't playing hard, or they were just dazed and confused, because the penalties for them, a lot of them were effort plays or just technique plays, where it was just like they were just getting manhandled. And it was just like it was just embarrassing. Like Kelvin Beachum, we gave him credit for the last 3 weeks. He was awful. I mean, some of the stuff was just downright embarrassing. And Brandon Shell wasn't even turning his head. And Dunlap was already past him. It was like he was just getting out of his stance, and Dunlap was past him. It was just I don't understand it.
Brandon Shell is a joke. I mean, he's the literal definition of a turnstile. I mean, he should be in the XFL next year. I'm saying. He's gone this year. I have full confidence he's not going to be here next year. But I mean, maybe we could keep Beachum as a backup to Andrew Thomas next year. That would be nice.
I think the only guy I think I like is Alex Lewis, and that's a little bit. The rest, I'm just like, dude, this is just bad football, man. It is just bad football. It's unbelievable. So
yeah, it's
Josh,
horrible.
thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
No, Joe. Josh had a really good idea. I think we have the way to save our sanity. He just gave us the idea. This is brilliant. We should no longer follow the Jets. Let's go watch the XFL for a year. Maybe we can see some winning there. We'll support the Guardians, the New York Guardians. Man. We're going to do that. Let's talk New York Guardians. We can embrace a whole new team, a whole new coaching staff. Maybe they'll win some games.
Man, I'm telling you, I want to thank the last caller for calling in. Look, I think we should probably go the way that Tyrone is going. You know, Tyrone said, look, once things went bad, I just went to the next channel and kept it moving, man.
No XFL?
That's what he said. No, I don't want to have nothing to do with that. I'm going to move on. You know, it's just sad, man. And you know what? Your point right there just brings up how bleak the future is for us. How we're already thinking about ways to get out of watching the Jets now. Think about that.
It's
we're
like
trying to find ways.
It's punishment, John.
It's unbelievable. And that's the bigger thing. And I keep trying to bring everybody to the big umbrella is that how bleak the future is and how you're going into 2020 knowing that Gase is going to be here. And that's it.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. I got a scenario for you. I have a scenario for you. So now you're going to sit there in your nice sunny California on Sunday, and the game is on, and your friend is going to ask you, Joe, why are you watching that Jets game? What is your answer?
My answer is I'm going to look, and I'm going to say, man, I love Sam Darnold, and that's it. That's it.
Because my answer is I really don't know. Like I don't know. Like I think I'm just like it's a punishment. I'm forced to watch it because it's like a car crash. You can't look away from it. Like you're just forced to watch it. Like we're serving our weekly sentence. This is it. It's our weekly punishment every Sunday to watch this team. That's what it is.
It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy that this is going on. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine what's going to happen continuing going forward because we're going to take some beatings, some real beatings from some teams we got coming up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Those last three are going to be a doozy.
Oh, man. And, you know it's even if those teams are trying to solidify their positions, trying to make sure to get a bye or just, dude, they're going to really be playing. Like, they're not, you know what I mean? You know how you go towards the end of the year and you hoping like, oh, well, they'll sit this guy out or they're going to rest their guys. Oh, we playing it. You know, if we were playing the Patriots towards the end of the year, oh, you know, they're going to sit a couple of their guys out. Maybe we'll be all right. No, these guys are going to be coming full steam. They're not going to be playing, man. They're not going to be joking. They're going to have intensity like it's the 6th week. It's like they're going to be serious. Oh, my goodness. You're talking about Sam taking a beating against the Bengals? Boy, wait till you see what some of these other teams got coming up.
I wouldn't even play against the Ravens. I wouldn't even play Sam Darnold. I wouldn't play, the league talks about, they talk about player safety. Like, the league is all about player safety. And to honor player safety, Sam should not play versus the Ravens. Don't even play him, dude. Don't even dress him. Send him out. Healthy scratch.
Man, can you imagine if they're really trying to clinch? Can you imagine what they're going to do to us? Are you serious?
We're going to be seeing ghosts again.
Oh, my God. You won't be seeing anything again. He won't be seeing anything again because he'll be blind. They're gonna decapitate him. He won't have a head to see anything. It'll be gone. This is crazy, man.
Ghostbusters Part 2.
Oh my God, he's gonna be a ghost. You'll be seeing all the ghosts because you're gonna be a ghost. They're gonna kill you. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
We're gonna go to our good friend Steve. Steve, what's up, man?
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
I'm okay. It's just this Jets team is really pissing me off.
So, Steve, you had high expectations for the show tonight. Did we live up to your expectations? Was it enough animosity for you, or were you okay?
Am I okay? Am I really okay? Let me get this. Let me tell both of you how I'm not okay with this team right now. This team is a disgusting, disgrace, dysfunctional mess right now. You have a head coach at times during the game that likes to sit on his ass and watch his playbook while the game is still going on. Okay, the offensive line couldn't protect crap. Okay, the offensive line couldn't protect. Okay, Kelvin Beachum had his worst game of the season. Brandon Shell sucks. And Jonathan Harrison's snaps were off at times. This offensive line was complete garbage on Sunday. Okay, it was complete garbage. And then look at this: drop passes that happened. We only scored 6 points against this team. That sucks. Yeah. Only 6 points. And then when you give the ball to Le'Veon Bell, and it's just, I am just so sick and tired of freaking Adam Gase. I have to watch his face now every single Sunday until the day he gets freaking fired. You know what? I wish he was fired now, but the Johnsons are complete morons. They have a stick up their ass. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're hurting the fans. Like, they're hurting us fans. I hate watching this team lose every freaking season. I miss the 2010 Jets. The 2010 Jets, I'm going to say it again, because that was actually a Jets season to watch. And then when you look at, and then another thing is, I mean, I know you guys are going to talk for a second, and then the other thing that you look at too is that what are the other problems with this team? Oh yeah, that's right. No goddamn pass rush. Okay? Yeah. No pass rush at all. We missed an opportunity on Josh Allen in the draft. I mean, listen, I'm still giving Quentin Williams another a shot because it's only his first season, but at the same time, and the secondary is garbage too. And now with the fact that Jamal Adams is hurt now and is probably going to miss the rest of the season because it's an ankle sprain, well, you know what? I just rather put Jamal Adams, even put DJ Mosley on IR, just to get them healed for next year. It's just, I just before you say anything, JoJo, I know you're getting ready to talk, but it's just this team. I just hate goddamn losing. Like watching this team lose every single. They only accept losing, as Tyson said. It's just, guys, go away. It's just, I'm just so goddamn disgusted.
Yeah, look, and I hear you, Steve, and I want to thank you for calling in. You're bringing the fire, man. I want to get your thoughts on this. How concerned are you about the locker room going forward? Because there's more losses coming up. Are you concerned that just the frustration, the anger is going to boil over, and then, players are going to really start to speak out even more?
I just wish that they could speak out. And listen, the team I know does have respect for each other in the locker room. They do have respect for each other. I just wish that they could start trashing Gase. So Christopher Johnson realizes that somebody needs to knock his ass on the head and literally tell him that Adam Gase is not the right man. If I was one of those players, I would tell him, Mr. Johnson, I need to come and talk to you into my office, in your office. I would tell him, well, I can't stand watching Adam Gase coach his team. It's either he goes or I go. Your choice.
I think that's going to happen, man. I mean, I think because they're like we've talked about. The
it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Tyson.
Yes, it will.
Tyson,
when they get
no
their
matter
doors
what
blown off by the
happens,
Steelers, when they get their doors blown up by the Steelers in front of 40,000 Steeler fans, and the Ravens completely thrash them, dude, the players are going to start talking because they're not going to want to deal with this. They're going to be the laughing stock of the NFL. Nobody enjoys that.
And here's the thing: this team has talent, but the reason why this talent hasn't been showing is because of this goddamn coaching staff. Now, the only coach that I do give credit for this year is Greg Williams. Like, Greg Williams,
Sunday.
at least, well, Sunday he sucked, okay? Sunday he did not coach a good game. But throughout the rest of the season, besides Sunday's game, he at least shows some passion in his coaching. Adam Gase doesn't show any emotion at all.
I don't care if they show passion or not. Passion doesn't mean anything. I don't care if they yell, scream, silent. I mean, just be a good coach. Like, I don't care. They can do jumping jacks on the sidelines. I don't care what they do. Just be a fundamentally sound coach. That's all I want. I mean, this is
just. I can't. This is listen, Tyson, and listen. Tyson, earlier in the show when you cursed, and I know you're not, and I know, listen, I'm trying not to curse too, but Tyson, I don't blame you for cursing at all. I mean, listen, Tyson and Joe, you two have been a Jet fan longer than I have, okay?
Too long,
okay,
Too long, man.
And listen, I know, like, what we have all gone through. It's just, and it's just, here is the thing with this team as well, and I'm just going to say this as well. I just really wish that one of these days that we can go back and look at one team and look at two teams from the past that we had. The team from 1998 and the team from 2010. I mean, I remember
the team from 1998 was the best team I've seen. 1998 was the best team I've seen. The Jets. They were incredible. Yep.
No, I know, but I mean, and Tyson, what about the 2010 team? I know they weren't like the greatest Jets team, but that team went to the AFC Championship as well.
Yeah, no, that 1998 team, dude, with Testaverde, Keyshawn, Corbett, I mean, Parcells, I mean, they were loaded, dude. They were playing great on both sides of the ball. They were the better team in Denver, and they choked it away. They would have beat the hell out of the Falcons, because they already beat the Falcons earlier that season. That team was the best team I've ever seen play for the Jets. They were phenomenal. They were just loaded. Ridiculous.
Yeah. That first team that went to the AFC Championship with Rex. I mean, both of those teams are good, but the first team, I thought for sure we won the Super Bowl that year. I really did. They had guys. That defense was absolutely just destroying people. The offense was, again, we were still grounding and pounding, doing our thing, and we hid Mark, and Mark played decently in the playoffs. Stepped up outside of his regular season play. I thought that first team was really good.
It's just like going forward, like back with this team, that we have right now that completely sucks. It's just the thing is that, I mean, I know we're going to talk about the Jets and the Dolphins on Friday night because that's our next preview show. But the thing is that what's going to happen is, because I will just say this right now, I will be at that. Well,
make it a comedy show or something.
We could call it the zombie show.
No, we could do what we could do on Friday night? You know what we can do on Friday night? We can do a show we talk like robots, like Steve's phone right now. We can all get robots on.
Come on, man. Look, man, he's trying his best. You know what I'm saying? Steve calling in from Nintendo.
Tyson is just trying to find a way to get some laughter.
He's calling the back phone.
Steve, are you in the basement, man? Are you in the basement again?
No.
Oh, thank God, man. I thought you was chained up in your basement, bro. I was like, what is going on? You down there with Gase? Gase setting up his game plan in the basement right now, Steve? Man, listen.
No, I'm not.
Listen.
He's I'm glad. R2-D2.
Hey, man. Steve's just trying his best, man. Steve calling us from the back of a VCR. It's all good, man. Look, we're all Jet fans, and it's all about talking about this team and just showing the love, man. I get it, Steve. I'm upset as well. The future for this situation is bleak, man, but just keep calling in from that PS3, man. We love it.
No, Joe, it's just the thing that is going to be so horrible is that for the rest of the season, and even in 2020, I have to watch that stupid, idiotic coach, Adam Gase, coach the team. I can't stand watching his ass anymore.
Steve, are you on a flip phone?
No.
Yeah, this is crazy.
You can't talk. Steve, have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right, you have a good night, Steve. Steve got that Blog Talk mobile phone.
Oh, shit.
He got that Blog Talk phone. Woo. That was cool. Hey, look, I want to thank Steve for calling in, man. He calling us straight from the back of his PS3. No issues, man. Look, listen, we don't care, man. We don't care where you call from. We'll take your call. We want to hear from you. All Jets fans out there, hey, Steve called in from that DVD player. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for calling in. We love talking to you.
We're going to go to, okay, my eyes are tearing. I'm laughing so hard. We're going to Justin. Justin, how you doing, man?
Oh, my God. Flip phone, man. It wouldn't surprise me if Steve had one.
What are your thoughts on this thing, man?
Oh, my God. I mean, where do we start?
I don't know. I don't have any answers for you right now.
I'll give you the answers. I mean, something that has not been talked about tonight, which I'm scratching my head, pacing back and forth, like, am I the only one that caught this? Like, why are we not talking about this? Hello, I literally thought we were watching Tide Bowls in the first half. Like, what the hell is this guy doing? Did you see this guy's game management? I mean, the guy should have spiked the ball. He's playing for 3 points against a freaking winless team going into the half. I'm like scratching my head like, Dad, did I miss something here? What the hell is this guy doing with his play calling? I thought I was watching Tide Bowls.
Yeah, look. I I want to thank you for calling in, Justin. Look, I hear you right there. That was awful, but to me, was even worse was completely neglecting to competently use Le'Veon Bell. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? The way that he was handling this game.
No, not even just that. That the lack of giving Le'Veon Bell versus the worst rush defense in the NFL. Hello, why are we putting Bilal Powell getting 4 carries on drives where Le'Veon should be in? That's another thing. I'm like, what the hell is Bilal Powell in the game for? Hello, and every time, I mean, I want to see more Ty Montgomery on the field at the same time. Every time he gets on the field, we know what happens, a penalty or something. But why is Bilal Powell on the field instead of Le'Veon? That's just another head scratcher I have. It just doesn't make sense.
And what happened to Jamison Crowder? I mean, he used to be featured all the time. He wasn't even in the game. He wasn't even in the game plan this week.
Yeah, feature. The dude was MIA. I just don't understand. Like, the dude was MIA. This guy's game planning is horrible. I mean, I just never see nothing like it. Every time I think something is going to change, it just keeps getting worse and worse, which, I mean, I just don't get it.
What are your were you surprised that defensive line didn't get any pressure at all?
I'm going to call it right now. That was the reason we lost the game. Hello, I thought we were like, I mean, Andy Dalton was getting 5 seconds. Literally, we didn't. I think we got how many sacks we end up with? I think 2, maybe 3. I mean, I don't recall because we didn't get no pressure. I mean, that's what we were doing pretty good. I think versus Derek Carr and these other scrubs we played. But I mean, there was no pressure whatsoever that game. I thought Greg Williams really didn't have a great scheme that game. I really didn't see too many safety blitzes. Andy Dalton pretty much had what he wanted, had all the time in the world to get to these receivers. I mean, you had Tate making these acrobatic catches. I mean, cornerbacks right on him. I mean, it was just a head scratcher all around. Defense, offense, offensive line, special teams, which we know we can get nothing from them.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about the penalties, Justin? I mean, because that was a big part of the game as well. It was mind-boggling how undisciplined the offensive line was.
Let's just call it what it is. I mean, the penalties is translate. I mean, the penalties were a big part. You're getting first and long. Second and long. The penalties were a big part. I mean, I don't even know. The offensive line is just maybe the worst offensive line I've ever seen in my lifetime, definitely. But, I mean, they don't even give the guy a chance. And also Adam Gase, enough with this guy. The guy's supposed to be a quote-unquote offensive mastermind. Hello, did you notice that Sam had no QB rollouts? Let's get him outside the pocket where he's being successful. You can't even evaluate this guy anymore. That's the part that's even more aggravating because we're supposed to be making progress here when I don't even know if we're making progress with him. You can't even judge it based on what he's doing on his offensive scheme. You can't even judge if Sam's making progress backwards, forwards, staying the same, or what's going on because this guy, Adam Gase, is just so clueless.
Now, Justin, after the game, are you surprised that nobody admitted that they were flat and they didn't come out prepared and focused and motivated? But it seemed like they all kept saying, "Oh, everything was fine. You know, we had a good week of practice." I mean, isn't that kind of ridiculous? They all said that when it was pretty obvious that they were like zombies out there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just take it after the coach. I mean, yeah, I just don't know anymore with this team. I mean, it's just. I hate to say it, but I said it a couple weeks ago before we started winning a couple games. I don't think that this is done. It's going to get worse. We lose, I'm going to tell you right now, we lose, I don't even know, two of these 3 games, 3-3, 4-4, whatever it is. Who the hell knows how many games we'll win? I'm telling you, it's going to get ugly. I'm telling you right now, Le'Veon is having an argument with Gates. You're not going to be able to trade this guy. And say you do just trade him for a bag of chips, which I don't even know what you can get for him at this point. What free agents are running going to come here? It's just all around bad. It's bad. Like, free agency, it's just bad no matter what you do. It's a lose-lose situation right now.
Justin, this may be one of your best calls ever, man. Thanks for calling us. You kicked ass this one.
Yeah, all right. Nice, guys.
Have a good night. You know, Joe, and the one thing with Le'Veon that you kind of wonder about, and he's been, like I said, he's been a role model on and off the field, phenomenal teammate, everything else. Mm-hmm. At some point, as a player, you make a business decision, and you wake up on that Saturday morning, you're like, you know what? My back kind of hurts a little bit. I think I'm just going to miss this game tomorrow because my back is getting a little tight. At some point, you start mailing it too. Right? As a veteran player with an eye towards next year, you'd be like, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out when this game means nothing, and we're playing in front of 40,000 Steeler fans. You know what I mean? Like those times are coming for some players, man. Where they're going to pack it up for the season. I want to thank Justin for calling in. He had a great call, but I don't think Le'Veon has to do that because he's not getting used. You don't have to worry about mailing it in because he ain't playing. he ain't on the field. What do you need to worry about mailing it in? That's true.
A couple snaps a game, and he had 10 carries. He the worst run defense. Yeah, we mail it in. Adam Gase the one mailing it in. He's the one saving him for free agency so he can trade his ass. You know, that makes sense, bro. Maybe that's what he's doing. He's saving him up. He's just throwing the league just enough so that the value stays up, and then also you can go get rid of his ass. That's the only reason why I think you would do something so stupid. That's probably what he's thinking. But, yeah, some of the rest of these guys are going to check out. That's a fact. You know, you listen to former NFL players. Hell, Bart Scott talked about it. You know, when the season's winding down and you're in a losing season, a lot of people just go, you know, you can see them. They just check out. And that's what's probably going to happen. But that's when you're supposed to have leadership, a coach, you know, a guy that has equity. The fans are checking out. We ain't even playing. That's when you have a guy that has equity and respect in your locker room. You know, he's supposed to step up and make sure that doesn't happen. But these players don't respect Adam Gase. I mean, you see it. A lot of these players are not buying into him, and you can see they don't want to play for him. They just don't. So when you don't have none of that, yeah, we're going to see guys check out. And you know what happens when guys check out? You're going to get your clock cleaned. We're going to see a lot of bad beatings coming up soon. I'm pretty sure of it, man. Yeah, you're going to see guys, like you said, make business decisions. I could, you know, stick my head out here, catch this football coming across the middle, or I can gator arm this and save myself because I got an off season coming up and I can go get paid somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going nowhere. So that's what you might see, man. this is going to get bad.
Yeah, and the injuries. It's like hamstring, groin, back, all the ones you really can't prove anything. It's like, oh, my hamstring's so tight, man, I can't go today, coach. It's coming. It's only a matter of time. We've seen it so many. It's just keep an eye out for the next 3 weeks or so. You'll start seeing those things popping up. So we're gonna go to. I don't know how to say this name. I already apologize in advance for how I say this name. I'm gonna say Saeed. Saeed in Dallas.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
How you doing? Yes. How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, it's Sayed. I'm not a longtime Jets fan, but I'm calling from Dallas, and I've been following the team for a few years. And I wanted to talk about a good case study for this Jets team is the Bills. I mean, they had a worse offensive line last year, and they went about they drafted guys, they signed a few players. Like I was just going through the Wikipedia pages of all their offensive liners, and it's like 2019. Starting with the Bills. So they were with some other team last year, or they were drafted this year. And you look at Josh Allen against the Cowboys, and there's this one play where he's just standing in the middle of the field with no one around him for 3 meters or so, and he has 3 seconds when he's completely still, and he's like a sniper just waiting for any pass, right? And I personally think that Josh Allen is not as talented as Sam Darnold, but the team around him and the coaching staff has tailored, and has game plans for him, and has, and have understood that what they have. And whereas the Jets have just, gone about it in an emotional way, let's get, a flashy player in Le'Veon Bell. Not that we shouldn't have gotten him, but we forgot to take care of what was important. And, we tried to just cover everything up with shiny new toys without taking care of very basic needs that this team had.
No, that's an excellent point. And the Buffalo Bills did exactly what we wanted to do. And they went and they built through the draft. They made smart draft decisions, and they had a legitimate blueprint of how they wanted to rebuild their organization. They built around the young quarterback, and they protected the young quarterback. And Sam Darnold has more talent than Josh Allen, but Josh Allen right now is playing better than him. So he's spreading the ball around. And most importantly, he's winning football. He's winning football games. That's the most important thing.
And because he was given the chance to do so, if you constantly, damage your players' confidence, even if you have, you can't expect even the most talented person to, just come in there and overcome everything. We still, no matter how talented you are, if you're not coached properly, then nothing will happen. You will just be wasted. A lot of the people that are the players who have gone bust were not bust because they weren't working hard or whatever. It's just that for a lot of them, they were badly misused, and they weren't allowed to learn, because ultimately we might see something from outside, but they only know so much. And if you don't tell them and teach them how to adapt to the NFL, then that talent is going to go to waste.
Yeah, and I want to thank you for calling in. You're absolutely bringing the fire. And speaking of talent going to waste, I mean, you look at how we're treating Le'Veon Bell. It is unbelievable.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts about his lack of usage within our offensive game plans on a weekly basis?
It's honestly, I feel like Le'Veon Bell is the perfect complement to Sam, but he's not a perfect complement to Adam Gase's plan, which I feel like is not helping Sam or Le'Veon. He's a great slot receiver and running back. If he's not going through the middle, let him go through the side. You see, the Seattle Seahawks yesterday, doing those jet sweeps and going across the tackles on the wide side of the tackles. And I'm not sure why we weren't doing that. Why just stick the guy up the A gap and expect something to happen? It's just and I feel like Adam Gase just wanted to show that he's running the ball, and then as soon as he's made the point that it's not working, then just go back to passing the ball, right? Rather than actually, I feel like he's not actually trying to make the run work. He's just trying to show everyone that the Le'Veon Bell or the running game is not what we're supposed to do.
This is a phenomenal call, man. You're just tearing it up right now with just phenomenal insight, man. This is good stuff. It's just
I listen to your YouTube videos, and whenever you upload, this radio show is the next day. So I was like, hey, maybe I should call in sometimes and share my thoughts.
Yeah, listen, and I want to thank you for calling in. Yeah, I want to thank you for calling in. He's not as crazy as he is on your YouTube videos, all right? We don't go off, we don't curse over here. I know what you're seeing is completely unfiltered, uncensored, out of control type of. We're trying to rein that in, Si. We're working on that. But, please call in again. We love talking to you. He's not as crazy over here as he is over there. He's out of control over there.
No, I follow him on Twitter. I enjoy what he says, so I look forward to it, whatever. Especially you as well. I every time a game ends, I'm waiting for young J00 to upload a video. To see what they have to say, and to rant about Gase again.
We definitely appreciate it, man. Have a great night.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
See, Joe, he likes our unfiltered YouTube. See,
I'm
encouraged.
Look, first off, I want to thank him for calling in again. We also want to thank everyone for watching our YouTube videos. I just got to put that, I got to put that PSA out there because we got a lot of people. You just be going off on people, and then you go off on people in the comments as well. So you absolutely lose your mind in the videos. Then you go off on people when they just start a comment and go back to. Man, I ain't even seen what you did today, but I know it ain't good.
Oh,
what I'm saying?
I was on a mission today. The dude pissed me off today.
See, here we go. But, look, we put out content for people. We love going back and forth with people. We're big fans of this team. We wouldn't be talking about this team if we weren't because they're garbage. But, it is what it is, man. And we love getting feedback and getting callers like we just got. You know what I'm saying? We love going back and forth with you folks.
The dude tried to tell me the team wasn't that bad.
Oh my God!
He's like, you guys. I think something he said like we exaggerate too much and we're trying to get clicks. So I was like, first of all, we don't care about clicks. We're not a friggin' website.
Nope.
Second of all, what exactly are you exaggerating when you lose to two winless teams? You can't exaggerate that. That's called losing. Like, they're not going to the playoffs for almost 10 years. I mean, we don't have to make this story up. It's written for us. Like, I don't know what do you think we enjoy this? I'm not really sure what the problem is here.
You have to be crazy if you think anyone enjoys watching the Jets. You lost your mind.
It's a goddamn punishment.
I mean, come on, seriously, man. Yeah, we're doing this because we loved it. What are you talking about? This team is terrible. There's so many better things we could be doing with our time. So much better. So
there's so many better games to be watching. Exactly. you got Ravens, 49ers, and all these great games. The Titans are on. All these good teams playing, and you guys sit here and watch this mess. Oh, please. Nothing enjoyable about this.
Completely ridiculous. Oh, my goodness.
So I blasted him, Joe. I took care of him, Joe. Don't worry. I took care of him. Don't worry.
I know you did. I know you did. You pulled out that old sniper rifle and took care of him. You're out of there. It's just ridiculous.
We're going to go to Lou in New Jersey. Lou, what's up, man?
Yeah, hey, guys. Well, just when you thought it can get any worse, I mean, this happens. We lose to this slub team who hasn't won a game since who knows when, and we choked against the Bengals. Does anybody know what the Jets are doing? They can't even find themselves. And, too bad Gase is going to stick around another year because he's not even worth deserving of being there another year. I mean, this guy doesn't know how to coach a team.
So, Lou, do you go to games?
No.
You're lucky. I was curious if you had the ability to go to games and you know that Adam Gase is coming back next year, would you even consider buying tickets?
I think I'd go rather hibernate in the cave. Does that sum it up for you?
Yeah, I mean it's not an easy team to sell, man. It's not a product to sell. There's not much hope.
I mean, give me the good old days, like you say, with the 2010 Jets. When they made the playoffs twice, and the '98 season where we should have won that. We should have won the championship against Denver, but we collapsed at the third quarter. Those were good. Those were better teams. This isn't even a team. I've seen high school teams play better than the Jets.
Yeah. And I want to thank you for calling in. Look, I hear you. This team is a complete mess, man. But I want to get your thoughts on Sam Darnold and how this could really affect him going forward as well. Do you think that his growth and his maturity is going to be affected by what we have coming up?
I'm afraid so. And like you said he had talent. Okay, he went the talent, but where is it? I mean, it hasn't like it's been showing up. Yeah. First thing he's got to do is completely get rid of his ghosts. I don't think he's even gotten rid of that yet.
He may see some more, too, when he plays the Steelers and Ravens.
I would say more the Ravens would see more the ghosts than the Steelers. The Steelers aren't their characters to be either. So I'm more worried about them playing against the Ravens.
Dude, the Steelers are a very good football team.
The Steelers are not a joke.
They're a very good football team.
But Lamar Jackson,
third or fourth string quarterback. Dude, they're much better than
yet another team that's being coached better than us. They're on their third string quarterback, still going out there looking competent offensively, and that defense is flying around too.
I mean, there's got to be something wrong with MetLife Stadium. I mean, Donald T's ghost. The Giants get caught with a black cat. I mean, they're like, what the hell's going on in Giant Stadium?
New York sports are. Thanks for calling in, Lou. New York sports are a mess, man. The Knicks are awful. The Jets and Giants suck. The hockey's a mess. It's just New York sports is just bad, man. The Mets. I mean, well, thank God for the Yankees, but it's just. But Joe, the one thing.
And the only thing that attaches me to that is the Jets, because the Laker gang is doing just fine.
LeBron and those boys
just fine.
Take care of it.
Oh yeah. But this is Go ahead. I just wanted to put that out there.
The one thing with this,
go ahead.
The one thing with this team, though, and that's the thing, was with the Steelers, it's so funny, and the best thing you always say is, like, all our shows are all recorded, so we can always go back and listen to things we don't want to talk about. And I remember when we talked about, I had a legitimate campaign for John Harbaugh. I wanted him badly. But I also remember us talking about, man, I wish we had Mike Tomlin. Oh, you guys, Mike Tomlin, their teams are undisciplined, blah, blah, blah. He can't do this, he can't do that. He should be coach of the year this year with the way they're winning, with what he's overcoming. I mean, dude.
Yep.
It's just, and that is an example of an established winning coach and a winning culture. They're overcoming all kinds of adversity and winning football games.
Yeah, and I want to thank Lou for calling in. He was a great caller.
Colts overcame freaking Andrew Luck. I mean, other teams are doing. Whatever.
There's a lot of other teams that had the issues that we had early with the quarterback going down or whatever, and was able to make adjustments and keep it moving. That's what you do when you're a winner in this league. That's what happens. Hell, the Eagles won a Super Bowl with a backup quarterback. You didn't hear their head coach complaining. No, what did he do?
But dude,
he adjusted his system to fit that quarterback.
They benched Mariota. They benched Mariota to play Tannehill. They're winning with Tannehill now.
Dude, I mean, there's so many coaches out here winning with guys that are either backups or undrafted or whatever, have injuries galore, and they're still finding ways to move the football and look competent. All the while, we sit here and people just, Sam's gone. Okay, what else is there after Sam and Sam has mono? Where's the other guy to step up? Why aren't you coaching correctly? Why aren't you, changing your system to fit this? Why are you just doing the same stuff? It's absolutely ridiculous, but I do remember those shows. I remember a lot of those shows. I also remember when Gase got hired and there were people calling in saying that I was nuts because I didn't want Adam Gase here. You remember those? Hey, guys, this show is recorded. I can go back and listen to those shows. I remember people telling me that I was just complaining because Adam Gase is going to take us to the next step. We got Le'Veon Bell. He's going to utilize
negative.
Yes.
Remember?
And hold on, not just that, but remember this, Tyson? He's going to utilize Le'Veon Bell and have Bell in his system gaining all kinds of yards. You remember that? Touchdowns everywhere. This offense is going to be stellar. I remember that. It's recorded.
They're like, who would you choose? I'm like, I wouldn't mind Matt Rule. Matt Rule, what does he prove? He hasn't proved anything. Blah, 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 blah. Jesus Christ. What a disaster.
Yeah, remember, I said, McCarthy, why do you want McCarthy? Why? What has he done? We need to bring Gase in here. He's the right guy. Really? The show's recorded, guys. I can go back and listen. I'm telling you, even after that Lost Boys, so many Gase stands, I ain't heard from y'all since. Where you at? Gase boys, where are you at? I'm telling you, I've been looking for y'all. I can't find y'all now. Back hiding under that rock, huh? Ain't seen you since. I know there's a lot of deleted tweets out there, though. I see you. Don't delete that tweet, boy. Put your chest out. Speak to me. I don't be hearing from y'all anymore.
You know, it was funny. We did like all those videos where it was like fire Gase. So they won a couple in a row, and I had this one guy trolling me. Well, this aged well. the minute the game was over on Sunday, I'm like, it actually aged appropriately.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Those game stands, boy, them boys are silent. I ain't heard from them since. This is crazy.
All right, so as we wrap this show up, first thing we want to do is we want to apologize to the callers that we did not get on. I know we had a few we couldn't get on, and we apologize for that, but we try to let everybody have their say and talk a little bit and have some fun. So for anybody that didn't get on, call in on Friday, because I really have no desire to preview Jets-Dolphins, so that's going to be all on Joe. I'm going to be all just comedy relief, because I'm not doing any research. I don't even care. I'm not even prepared.
Damn.
I'm not even prepared. It's all on Joe. I'm going to interview Joe. That's our show on Friday. So if you didn't get on tonight and you want to talk to us, just call in on Friday, and that'd be cool. Also, we want to thank Mark Lee for calling in. This is a really, really cool thing. The Mark V. Lee Toy Drive, Jersey City Fire Department. We tweeted out the information. We put it on we'll put it on Facebook and Instagram, everywhere else. Just please support them. It's a phenomenal cause for the kids, and you'll see your toys go in the hands of the kids. I mean, they photo shoot everything. It's legitimate, and they do a great job with it. And Joe, this has been 3 hours of chaos. It is your time to shine.
Yes, listen, I am a man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote our Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search Let's Talk Jets Radio. Like that page, our content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message us. We'll message you right back. We love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also leave some feedback. We love hearing about what you folks think we do here on Let's Talk Jets Radio. I'm also on Twitter as well at YoungJ000. That's 3 zeros. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. If you want to troll me, no issues. I'm the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Darnold jersey on. I am praying for him for the rest of the season. I'm hoping that he just gets through it without, something really bad happening to him. Gaze boys, I'm waiting on y'all. Where you at? You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard from y'all since. You got my Twitter. Hit me up. I'm also on YouTube as well at YoungJ00. That's 2 zeros on YouTube, 3 on Twitter. I talk about the Jets. I do a weekly video. I'll go on about this team and just the nonsense that's going on. But I also talk about other teams as well. I do a weekly pick'em. So go ahead and subscribe to my content on there as well. You want to message me on there as well, I'll message you right back. You can control me. We can go back and forth. And as always, people, when you see me in person, okay, it is arms out, chest open. Really? I mean, do we really need to troll on a week like this? I mean, come on, man. You've already trolled people already, having people buy in, raise their hopes, talk about we winning 5 straight, we clean the clock to everybody, and now you ain't saying nothing else about that no more. Oh, that's in the past. Nope. Just leave it alone.
That's 5 in a row.
That under the rug.
I got a new 5 in a row coming now.
Oh boy, how you gonna troll a troll? This is crazy, man.
5 losses in a row coming up.
Listen, I don't take no money for my hugs. Y'all need to give that money to Steve for a new phone. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that cash. I'm good over here. You know what I'm saying? My line is clear. Steve called it in from that DVD player, all right? We got to help Steve out. But listen, when you see me in person, all right, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone, okay? The hugs are absolutely free. They will cost you nothing. We want to thank you folks for calling in. Without you people, we are absolutely nothing. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to call in and listen to the show. It means the absolute world to us. You folks are the best. Listen, everyone, again, Mark V. Lee Toy Drive. Get involved. Take a toy to your local Jersey City Fire Department and give these kids a good Christmas. They really love it.
Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll talk about something Friday night. I have no idea what it's going to be. Maybe about that Ryan Fitzpatrick went to Harvard or something. Who knows? And then that's it. Friday night, 8 o'clock. That's it.
That's another guy that killed it.